looks as though we're about to have a broadcast. Excellent. Yep, live on YouTube and Facebook. Hello, everybody. This is Candlepin Bowling Network. On Facebook and YouTube, my name is Greg Gouillart. I'm alongside Paul Grant. Good evening.
Hello, Greg. I made it from the ACST match. You're going to call the first and third tonight. We're going to switch it up a little bit tonight.
Looking forward to that. Academy 3 versus Academy 1. No pin cam for some reason it malfunctioned. That little fickle thing just won't work when I want it to. But alas, we got a pretty good view of everything here.
And we got a pretty good match. The 7-seed Academy 3, the number 8-seed Academy 1. The top 8 make the playoffs. Greg will put that up on the scores you see now. Late in this season, week 31 and 35, at the play-by-play, the soothing sounds of Greg Gouillart.
2-1 split for Ed Woodside to begin. Justin Scali, you see there, missing the head pin on the first one. He's got the 1, 7, 9, and 10.
Greg on the background technology and the lead vocals today, the first and third string.
Pretty much everything ever.
Background vocals in the second string.
No spares either side. Strikes are rare. It's a game of spares in Candlepin Bowling as Woodside gets an 8 to begin. So if you're new to Candlepin Bowling, a very special welcome to the game of Northeast North America. 3 balls per frame, and any pins dropped on the plate stay on the plate and can be used like that. It's live wood.
It's double lemon drop for Steve Poulin today also. I teased him about that one.
All right. Got some studio mode stuff to do here, but in the meantime, Woodside up for his second shot. I'll take the standings away on this meanwhile, so you don't have to look at that.
How about that 1-2 battle with extra number 1 and number 2 Central 3 going back and forth?
Yeah, Scali strike! And down, then the 3-pin. Next, the last one to go, in fact. This wood's coming across for Woodside. In a manner of speaking, no shot there. Out of the gutter there, he'll take a 9.
That took him wrong Woodside. Boom, 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 boom.
We'll get the on-screen scoreboard in just a second, but now we drop down to Mike Nardone and Matt Soucy.
We appreciate comments on the screen. Please subscribe to our YouTube channel. It's free. Candlepin Bowling Network on YouTube. You are right now. Tell your friends, tell your family. Hit the bell icon so you never miss a ball when we go live.
They don't see this. I'm just messing around with it in the meantime.
Okay. Mike Nardone, Dr. Seuss.
Yep. Half Worcester for Nardone and just the 3 out, 3 pins out for Matt Soucy. Bit of multitasking here. Nardone coming back on it, but not into the 4-pin, else it could have tipped back for the 7.
That's why you should do the first string if they give you a break.
Just 3 more out for Soucy.
His son Nick in the Atlantic Candlepin Singles Tour, 19 years young, having a good year, the 3rd seed in Class D Northern Conference in the playoffs. He has an ambitious goal to get to 110 this year. He's at 101 and change, but a good year nonetheless.
And out goes the other 2. Nardone starts with a 10. Soucy looking for the out on the 4 pins. Nope, he'll give away 4 immediately. So in the early going, a 3-pin advantage for Academy 3.
Academy 1 has the strike from the captain, Justin Scali. Good to see him healthy again.
Had been battling the injury bug for a few weeks.
He engaged Justin Scali.
Yeah, weddings within the next 2 months. 1, 3, 7, 8, 10 for Nardone. Almost a half Worcester, and now instead the 6-pack.
Check his ID.
Spare try. Just not the 7-pin. Mike Nardone coming close.
Great place to bowl, great place to hang out. Academy Lanes, Pub 125, Haverhill, Mass.
Soucy try, blows up the 6-pack. He's got a spare. Fizz everywhere.
Full bar at Pub 125 at Academy Lanes here. 725 South Main Street as Nardone gets a 10. 2 10s to start for him.
So now down. Now let's see if this guy's arm has fallen off. This is Louis Grapham, who has already bowled 2 ACST matches earlier today, both 5 strings apiece as ever.
Hey, he's giving the Easter Classic 20 strings, right? If he's bowling in that this year.
Against Josh Riopelle.
He's a good bowler from Sanford Bowlerama in Sanford, Maine. Great ownership in Owen Martin and OJ the son taking over eventually.
Substituting here, he's got 4 out on the first one. Scoreboard will be up in just a moment, folks. This is not the finals either. I can take that away as well. 4 horsemen right side for Josh Riopelle. Rio, they call him. Grapham close, 6-pin nudges off spot. He'll have 3 more to go. Rio say the same. He'll need one more stick on the third ball. Chance to pick up 3 here for Josh. And he does. Good start for Academy, negating the 3-pin deficit they were in. We're now back to a tied match.
But the strike for Academy won for the lead virtually. It's week 31 of 35. It's gone fast, Greg.
Week 31 of 35 indeed, and 2 match points are awarded to the winner of each string and 2 for total, so 8 in all, and that's what determines those standings you saw just a moment ago. Rio's got a good chance. Triangle 3, 5, 6. Grapham, good try on that off the wall. The walls have some play. Maybe audio levels are a bit too high. Rio misses the chance. So now you should be able to see that the statistics on screen. So Grapham pins out for a 9. Rio this time gives away a pin for a change. And you see now properly on screen that Academy 3 has a 1-pin advantage. Now down over to Scott Lapierre and Cory Aleci. Scott Lapierre, a consistent juggernaut out of the state of Maine as well. His first ball, you see it there on the head pin. Gets a split unless the 6-pin maybe spills into the 3. It will not. Aleci, meanwhile, 5 out.
He's had a pretty good year. Cory Aleci of Candlepin Corner. Free to subscribe on YouTube. Candlepin Corner with Leader Lane Skins, New England Knockout, and so much more.
And also one of the ACSD treasurers, in addition to the Candlepin Bowlers Association. 5 pins, trying to twirl around it, and really did orbit it around the 4 and the 8. Lapierre's got split pins still, so this is hardly tenable. Although he's very good at this, I tell you what, and he does get the 10 out of it. 3 and 4 collected. Aleci matches that 10, and I'd like to see this one again if the replay machine would be so kind. Just take a look here. Just the deftest of touches, right side 3 and 4, and there you go. Lapierre off that 10 box. Woods swerved away at the last moment, the 2 and the 4. Aleci head pin mixing with the 4, 6, 7 results. He's got a split. Good chance for Lapierre. And the 2-pinner goes. Following up on the momentum of that 10 box with a mark. And a 9 box for Aleci. This is interesting. I thought my little smudge would pop up here, but it doesn't seem to have. Aleci takes a 10.
First box, Paul Grant special, huh?
Scott put a, Paul Grant special. I missed it. I couldn't see it, Scott. Put a buck in.
Yeah, I will. Don't worry.
And now over to,
Some interesting matches next week, Greg. We have pending coverages here. We could have Academy 2 at Central 1, Riverwalk and Metro pending approval, or Central 3 at Hingham.
Fuller Jr. This is Brian Fuller Jr. that is, dropping 9. Steve Poulin on the right side. Very good statistics for Academy 3, tell you what. Almost gets the slice across. Fuller spares. You put your strongest bowlers last for a reason. He starts with 10 and a ball. Poulin takes 9, and I think I see the error of my ways. I think I have one too many boxes in each of these things.
The playoffs are May 17th, 10 a.m. at Riverwalk Lanes, Amesbury, Mass. Candlepin Network has the coverage. Not sure we can cover 4 matches the first round with only 8 lanes and crowded conditions there. We'll cover at least 2 anyway in the opening round, plus the semifinals and the finals.
Four and 2 washout for Poulin, doesn't go. Now over to Fuller with a gigantic check mark in a manner of speaking. And he takes out 5 on the first one. And 3 on the second. So So Poulin escapes for a 9 on this one, and Fuller Jr. with a 10. I don't have a full scoreboard just yet for you right now, but we see a 6-pin advantage. That's the one, yep. 97 takes on 91, the home team, designated home team Academy 1. Out in front. Justin Scali on a strike fill. Into the head pin, 10 pins close to going. Wood is just going to come up against it and deny him the double. Woodside shows him how to do it. 3 for 3 on the head pin. Ed Woodside out of Central Park Lanes, and he gets a strike. Scali looking for this 10 pin, got it. Spare on strike to match. Let's see if I can do it this way. So we're looking for sticks on the strike as I try and scramble the scoreboard into shape here. Trying for a double. This pin falls between the 2 and the 4 for Woodside. Oh no, the wood in front. Will the pin come back to the 2? And has to settle for a 9 fill on the strike. There we go. That's going to be out of the gutter. Scali will take a 9 out of that. And Woodside a 10. So they'll deduct that pin from Scali, just looking up at the score sheet here, but that's confirmed. 14 pins up, 134 to 120. Can't get that triangle to come to the front. I'm not sure what to say. Ah, I see the issue. Over to Matt Soucy. 3 down in the early going. Nardone lost the handle on that one. He'll need to bounce back on this one. There's that second ball he was after. Still a chance to work out of now an effective 3rd ball split. And now a 10 for Soucy. To escape, just 7. Mike Nardone with a 112 average, 408 high triple on the season. Matt Soucy a 111 average and a 403 high triple. Soucy mixing sticks, the 1, 2, 4, and 9. And a half Worcester left side for Nardone. So if I take it this way, I wonder. Soucy not where he wanted to be on that one. Nardone close, but Wood stops short of the 5. Soucy will take a 7. Nardone takes 10. A little bit of multitasking here. Thought Nardone had a 10 box in that one, if I wasn't mistaken. We'll check the scoring on that as it goes down to Lewis Grapham and Josh Riopelle. Spare for Fuller Jr. is correct, so apart from the slightly demented graphic, that is correct. Rio's got a good chance here with a 2-4-7, and Wood right in front. Graffam missed on the first ball. Rio spares his first. 2 points per string, 2 for total. Graffam close on this one. Mixing sticks anyway. He'll be happy to at least have the out. Graffam has substituted before. In week 18, he averaged 113. That is to say, a 339 triple. Takes a 9 here. For Josh Riopelle, a 112 average on the season, 372 his high triple, including a 151 high single.
Speaking of Caleb in corner, Anthony Leonardi just took a 14-0 sweep over Nick Shrest to get in the playoffs as of right now with 2 matches to go. So good for him.
ACST winding down just the last few weeks of the season.
You got to do one the other night with Paul Mativia and Jeff Little, the laser.
That was a good one as well.
Paul Mativia, the 8th seed right now. Jeff Little, the 4th seed.
7-pin easy as you like. Josh Riopelle back to back. I think I'll have to retire the smudges if they don't cooperate with me. Grapham takes 7. So now over to Scott Lapierre, who's on a spare, and Cory Aleci. And Aleci drops the 5-pin for a strike. And Academy 1 has their 2nd strike of the match. Starting to build a lead here. Lapierre just a little off to the left, but drops 6 on his spare. So yeah, going to have to call an audible here and unfortunately put the smudges away because they're just not cooperating with me this evening. Close on this second ball. And he'll take 10. Sorry, folks, still doing some maintenance here. Aleci on this strike, 5 and 7. Starts the fill with 8. Lapierre into the 3-pin. 4 wiggling, 1, 2, 4, 7, and 10.
There goes the 4. Cory gave it a ride, wouldn't go.
Got 9 on the strike, though. Lapierre's second ball, not where he wanted that one either, just a little to the left of the head pin. Aleci takes 10.
Scott's a high single of 207 in the World Singles. Good time to do that. It's on YouTube.
And he'll grab 8 on the out. I'll put the statistics up in a second, but 35 pins up for Academy 1 in this early going. Yep. Oh, I see. Got that as well. Okay. Over to Fuller Jr. Who's got 4 horsemen, the 9 and the 10. Bundle of 5 for Poulin. I tell you, I've never had my technology just malfunction like this at the most extraordinary level. Great to see you all the same here on Candlepin Bowling Network. Bundle of 5 doesn't work out for Poulin unless the 6-pin tips backwards. No, into the wrong way. More into the 5 spot than anything. $9 for Fuller. And a $9 for Poulin as well. So 35 pins up. We stay evens in this box anyway.
The 8th seed leads the 7th seed early on here at Academy Lanes, Pub 125, Haverhill, Mass.
3, 6, 7, 10. Now, here's the most interesting narrative I saw going into this. In the standings, as Poulin dumps 10 on that. We'll get another look in a second. Well, trying to cut across. Doesn't quite do it. 3, 6, 10 into the 7, he thought. Just Academy 1 across the entire 30-week season has knocked down one more pin, if you can believe that. Just one more pin. 35 pins, the lead still for Academy 1. Checking up, that is confirmed. Riopelle and Fuller are on marks as well.
Fuller's on the mark, that was a 10.
Yes, that's right. So now, spare up for Riopelle and a strike up for Poulin, and that should be that.
Back to the top of the order, Red Woodside, Justin Scali, the captain on the left for Academy 1.
Woodside nothing doing either side of the headpin in essence. Having pins each side. Scali on the headpin full. 4, 6, 7, and 9. Woodside to escape. Got a 9 out of that. So only the first time Woodside's really been off target on the headpin all night long. And he gains 3 anyway.
Justin bowling well since that injury. He's coming back slowly but surely, just in time for the playoffs.
Overall in the season, he has a 108 average and a 371 high triple. Includes a 156, which I have to think would be that match where Scott Douglas rolled a wicked high single, and yet Ryan Millis wasn't able to get the victory because of Scali's captain-like efforts, stopping the progress with that 156. Scott Douglas was in the 180s if memory serves. Outside the 1, 9, and 10, he's got a 115 average on the season and a 376 season high triple. Nothing doing on the second ball. Scali's try. Into the 2-4, leaves the 110. Seven for Woodside. And a 9 for Scali.
We're in the first string of 3, not the final 2 strings. We're in the first of 3.
Yes. I got the text box up now.
It's easier said than done. It's hard to do all that stuff. Cory Emerson, we'll see you tomorrow, the Buttwells Classic on Candlepin Bowling Network on YouTube, 10 a.m. start. Cory, a very good bowler at Sanford Bowlerama, where Louis Graffam bowls and Scott Lapp used to bowl. It's a great house.
Right down the middle for Soucy. He's got the spread eagle. Nardone just a few pins out.
Kathy Boyd watching. Shout out to Dave Gingras down south. You are watching it live.
Well, that 3-pin fell late for Soucy.
And Gingras, a 2S, no relation to Logan or Richard Gingras Jr., who have 1S in Gingras.
8 pins. So it allows Soucy to pin out for 10. $36-pin advantage. Two and two split. Looks like I'm finally getting things reoriented here. 6, 7, 10 for Nardone. Your patience is appreciated. Didn't really get all the tech set up on time, even though I was on time and everything. Go figure. Sometimes it's just the way it is.
No fancy editing here. It's all the real deal here. All live on your convenience.
All splits here. Nardone across for the 7-pin, and one piece went behind. Another got stopped up by the wood. That's fine. Soucy is inspecting this wood, the 410. Try. Got the cap. What a spare that is. Well placed by Dr. Seuss.
Great shot.
And he gets his second mark. Get another look at that. Nardone surprising to leave the plank up, and we'll have another look right now. So he goes with the 4-pin between the pin, then the ball goes off the pin really into the cap. And that's how it gets done.
He gets on track. Watch out for him at former 119 bowler a couple years ago. A lot of injuries have slowed him down. When they get healthy, they can be a threat in the playoffs.
Those Grapham looking to find the range. Riopelle on back-to-back marks. He's got 5 down. 52 through 4. Lewis's try. Remember, this is effectively his 11th string of the day with all his ACS team bowling.
Like I said, tune up for Easter Classic if he bowls net.
An endurance challenge coming up on April 20th out of Leda Lanes in Nashua, New Hampshire. But I haven't name dropped this center, have I? This is Academy Lanes in Haverhill, Massachusetts. I beg your pardon. Grateful to have their support as always. Grapham picks up 2, and it's a 40-pin advantage.
Caitlin Soko tied 2-2 with Alex Patton in an ACS team match going on.
Grapham back on it now. Wood behind the 6.
That's the Nite to Candlepin Singles Tour match. Class D, Northern Conference. She's the #1 seed. Alex the 5th seed. Possible preview of the second round of the playoffs. Alex bowling great as well as Caitlin Soko all year round. Nite to Candlepin Singles Tour Class D North.
Great shot spare. Still time for Academy 3 to get started. Especially Academy 1 gives away a few pins here. They are ahead on the pinning. Have knocked down 6 more actual pins.
This is Cory Emerson. Thanks for tuning in. A class act out of Sanford Bolorama in Maine. Nighthawk Farms watching.
We've seen him before. Good to see you again.
Thanks for the kind words. What is you? I forget who you are now. Your real name. It's escaping me at the moment.
Scott Lapierre and Cory Aleci.
And I like that Boss 9 town, like Boston 9. I like that name.
Ted Williams' number, perhaps.
Is that Devin from Webster Timber Lanes watching?
Into the head pin check mark for Lapierre. Great to see you all in chat. We are watching, especially now that I'm done technically multitasking. Aleci, not a head pin hit. That spills from behind. He's got a 2-7, 9-10. Red circle only if you're on Micah Imperado's score sheets.
I put the pressure to do the first string today, Greg. My fault.
Meh. I wanted to. Aleci around 7 and 9. Good grief. Figure that. Which just spun around the 2. Lapierre is looking for 3 sticks here. Gets them beautifully. You never know which pin will be the winner. That's a good shot. Aleci, just 9. Good shot, though, all the same.
A lot of people think strikes and spares win the game. It is a spares game, but 9s and 10s win a lot of matches.
You can't take them for granted. Cory Aleci with a 113 average and a 401 high triple, including a 161 high single.
No pun intended, and granted.
5-8 for Lapierre. Aleci, the 4 horsemen, maybe, unless things start falling forwards. It still could, by the way. Where's the 4-pin going? Nowhere. 1-2-4. Scott Lapierre, a 115 average, 410 triple this season, and a 162 high single this season. He's around the head pin, just too thin on it. On the 5-pin, I should say. Aleci outside on it. He's too thin as well, and he misses his spare. Lapierre 10. And 10 for Cory Aleci. Hello, Jeff Walsh and Chad. Good to see you. Academy 1 with their 6-man rotation. Jeff Walsh on the bench this time around. Hello, Jim in Wisconsin.
Thanks for the kind words, Jim. We appreciate it. Ken Redmond, hello. Pinning definitely wins matches. You see a lot of bowlers chuck balls away sometimes out of frustration. You can't do that. It's a mental game.
Steve Poulin on a strike. Hit his head pin. Really drilled it, I'd say. Then the wood just can't make up its mind and ends up in no man's land. Probably will be cleared. Bullard Jr., the 4 horseman right side. So unless this wood rolls away, I think we have a chance now to check out the standings. No, that's not the one I want. Here we go. Here's the standings we're playing with. 5 points apart in the standings. Remember, 2 per string, 2 for total. 8 points per match. And with 5 weeks remaining in the season, there's the playoff bubble. Both teams currently on the right side of it, with Riverwalk out of Amesbury and Lafayette out of Amesbury, both 13 back. So at least 2 matches worth of points and still behind.
Academy 3, Academy 1 have a tough first round match, and more than likely can't get the 6th outside chance, but they have to face either Exeter or Central 3. Pick your poison on that one, huh? But anything can happen in the playoffs. We've seen a 7C win it 3 years ago, and Lafayette Lanes won it.
Better in than out. Poulin has to settle for 6 on the strike, Phil, as the ball gets away, but then gets a good out for 9 against Fuller's 10.
Actually, there was Academy 3 that won it, now the Lafayette team, I should say. It was Academy 3 at the time that won it. Different Academy 3 this year.
314, I'm showing, 314, 283, 31 pin advantage for Academy 1. Just glanced up, that is official right now. It is Ted Williams, I was right.
See you, Ted.
4 horsemen in the 7 pin. Fuller's got the head pin and the 4.
Yes, Max. Scott has a 207. You look at 207. Scott 207 Lapierre. He claims it's on YouTube.
It is. That's out of
the World Singles.
Out of the former New Palace Lanes in Fitchburg.
Hey, Brian Patton, good to see you again for the second time today from Halifax, Nova Scotia, Canada.
Fuller spares, and that was a wild one on Poulin's side, who does not mark, but made the 3-6-7-10 and darn near grabbed the head pin behind. Poulin takes 10, and if this works, I can now do a score check. Hooray! It works. 3-2-4 against 293.
Still time for Academy 3 to get the first 2 points. One if they tie. 31-pin lead for Academy 1. 2 spares to 1 also in their favor. Back to the top of the order, and Greg Gouillart.
5 extra spares for Academy 1. That's the biggest driver of the difference here, in addition to 3 extra pins knocked down. Woodside the 1-3-7-10. Scali lost this one into the 7. Title of the video I'm not certain of offhand. Justin takes out the 6 pin and the 3 pin and the 10 pin. Good sticks mixing. Woodside wants to make his mark here, cannot. Had that 1 strike earlier. And Scali takes 10. Ed takes 8. A couple more pins for Academy 1, and they're looking increasingly good for the first 2 points, but still plenty of racetrack.
A sport like no other. Candlepin bowling, it's unbelievable. Get the word out. Anybody can bowl any age. Nothing like the great game of Candlepin bowling. Pick up a Candlepin gift card here at Academy Lanes Pub 125, Haverhill, Mass, or your local bowling center all year round.
Candlepin bowling can be found in Northeast North America and Northern New England and the Canadian Maritimes.
And occasional spot here and there, like in New York and Ohio.
Yep, Albany has one.
One in Vermont.
That's right. 1-4-7 for Scali. This looks decent with the wood if he can spin it correctly. Got the head pin thin. And the 7 goes. Woodside around the 4 pin. No mark for him. The machine honked at me, but hopefully we can see how this spare goes.
I thought that was Mark Milliken, the trucker.
And look at that wood. And the cap eventually collects the 7. Phew!
A little pumped up there. Nice shot that was for Scali.
That's Soucy and Mike Nardone.
If Scali and Soucy get healthy, Greg, watch out for them. They'd be a threat in the playoffs for sure. They've had a lot of tough matches this year. They've come close. They've lost, but they've been very competitive all year, despite their record.
5-7 for Nardone.
And Cory Aleci had his best year ever, too.
Both of these two had tough results last week. Academy 1 didn't get any points against said Exeter team, much to Central 3's chagrin, who now loses the top spot. Academy 3 only 2 points against Central 2.
Ken, come on, try Candlepin bowling. It's a fun sport for any age. It'll drive you crazy, kind of like golf. It's a lot of analogies. It's a game of skill and challenge.
No pins on the 3rd ball either side. Soucy 7 and Nardone 8, so 1 pin more for Academy 3.
Mike Coombs watching Maddox. The title of the video Wasn't sure what you
The
meant.
Lapierre video.
Oh, okay.
I think searching Lapierre 200 should be able to get it there.
Jim watching playoffs.
Yep, 5 weeks, and then it's coming on up on Saturday, May 17th.
Well, the lob line, to answer your question, Blue Shells 50, they're talking about putting it away.
Crushed head pin by Soucy, 7-pin. Nardone likewise 5-pin.
There's talk of getting rid of the lob line, but it's not official yet. But some people want to get rid of it to protect the wooden lanes. But my thing is, if you start taking the lob line, let's start throwing the ball in the air, in the ceiling, I would think. You never know.
They do have a rule against lofting as Soucy picks this up. It's a little different, though. I think as long as there's no arc to your ball. Nardone matches the mark. Nardone and Susi each sit down. Nardone gets his first one. Susi his third. Soucy's had 5 bonus pins on his previous 2. Will look to fill this one higher. And still a chance to go into the triple digits as we go down to Lewis Grapham and Josh Riopelle. Rio has a penchant for poetry, as he often posts on the Candlepin chat group. That tends to get a reaction of merriment and hilarity out of the people who see his poetry. You'll have to see for yourself to know what I mean.
He's a poet, and you know it.
Grapham luckless on this fill. He only gets 4 with a spread eagle. Candy bar right in front. See ya.
Speaking of candy bars, where's your Sky bar, Greg? You haven't tapped into it yet. Did you ever eat that Oreo cakester?
I did eat the cakester.
Did you like it?
It was a little spongy. I so appreciate you getting it for me. Not sure I'd get it at the grocery store myself, though. I'll be honest.
Wasn't that good? It's not as sweet as the Oreo. Not as chocolatey.
Yeah, it's an odd it's like if you submerge the whole Oreo in milk.
It's kind of like a like a softer version of whoopie pie. Not as good as a whoopie pie.
Yeah, that's it. Hello, Rocco. Hello, Alan Blanchard. Good to see you, Al Blanchard.
Rocco 1059 for the record. Al Blanchard, good guy. At the Buzzards Bay.
Rio right down the middle, 1-5. And that's the thanks he gets for hitting the headpin on the fill. Meanwhile, Grapham does not get his headpin, and he gets a 9. What a game. He prints out. It all averages out in the end, even though you sometimes have some wild disparities like this. What's not a gimme. Grapham, yes, ball drives on through for his second mark.
You're welcome, Blue Shells 50. You like to answer our questions on the stream, but Al Blanchard, it's Salem, Mass, where it all began. I always joke, where it all began in Salem, Mass. We were the biggest city around back then. Plymouth Rock, overrated, Al. It's a small pebble.
Them's fighting words.
I'm just teasing you. Al's a great guy. A lot of respect for Al Blanchard. Does some broadcasts for the Atlantic Candlepin Signal Store as well. Hello from Calgary, Alberta. Michael Steves from Calgary, Alberta, Canada watching. Hello.
Grapham $7 in the 7th. I've adjusted accordingly. 34-pin match. No, hang on. It's gone back to 32. Did they fix it? They must have, yes. Okay.
Mason Shade watching. Am I saying it right, Shade?
3-6-9. 2 good leaves for these two. Aleci spares for his second. The Candlepin Corner streamer, including with the all-new skins, airing out of Lita lanes. Headpin twirls around and it spares for Lapierre as well. My goodness. We're going to get another look at how this one goes.
Salem started in 1626, Al.
Ball took it from behind.
It's a bigger city back then. Bigger than Plymouth. Big naval shipyard back then.
Both filling a spare on this one. Aleci cross, strike on spare.
Is that sound effects, Greg?
They can't hear it, but I don't know why it's happening on our side. Let's see if this works. 1-2-7. Lapierre gets a 7 fill out of it.
Blue Shell 50, by the way, technically it was not in Salem, New Hampshire. It was Park Place Lanes. It was actually in Windham, New Hampshire, bordering Salem, New Hampshire. Just so you know. And not Salem, Mass. Salem, New Hampshire. Actually in Windham, New Hampshire. Now defunct.
That curl's immediately left out of Scott's hand, and he won't make this mark.
Numa 963 watching. Hello.
So Academy 3 is going to need a whole arsenal of blue shells to run this one down.
And Jim, the thinking is, yeah, damage the wood lobbing. That's the synthetic lanes. As more centers that go to that,
yeah,
it wouldn't affect the lob so much, but it is for the wood to protect the wood. But it is a rule of the game still.
Yeah.
Kind of like the tuck rule.
But minor lob.
They changed the tuck rule on Brady after that win against the Raiders in the playoffs in 2001. But it was a rule back then. It's not anymore. Same thing with the lob line. It's still a rule.
Yeah. Plus, bowling is a game of rolling, but Lapierre even got that one a little bit out there, I thought. But, you know, it doesn't really confer that much of a competitive advantage, say a lot of pros. So still a politically divisive rule, quite frankly. Fuller gets 7 on this one, trying to make a nice cut across.
Brian Fuller is a very good bowler, Blue Shells 50. He has had a couple of tough years, though. Not where he has been the last 2 or 3 years, but very still a dangerous bowler.
Steve Poulin. Woods coming around to both the 4 and the 5. Will not take either one. And Fuller has a 9.
And Team USA for Jeff Walsh, Cory Aleci, and others. That Team USA with Justin Lyons, JT went to the Kevin Patton, his team went to the semifinals in the Worlds.
41 pins. This just continues to grow and grow and grow. That Cory Aleci 20 box really helping out. Both these bowlers have won 16 averages, by the way. Fuller a 389 high triple. Steve Poulin 396, including a 152 high single at one point.
Greg doing my homework today for a change for me. Help me out. Thanks, Greg.
Got the index cards scribbling away here.
I feel like it's not knife me in some ways.
Fuller, where's this wood going? It's coming back, and it hits the head pin. No, sir. 1-2-8-10 for Poulin. This way and that off the wall. Whirling dervish in front of the 10. 10's hit, but not going down.
The Bulldozer Jeff Walsh and a 6-man rotation off tonight for Academy 1.
10 box for Fuller Jr. He goes to 90 through 8.
Now, I was trying to think of a nickname for Jeff Walsh, and he had a pile of wood at Riverwalk a couple of years ago, and he plowed through it, so I called it the Bulldozer. You like that?
Off that cap into the 10 pin for a 10. Third straight 10 for Poulin, incidentally. And we take a look here. 439 to 398. That is official per the overhead scoreboard right now. 13 marks to 7.
Oh, speaking of Salem, we got the General. General Patton's in the house. Brian Patton, the General's here in the house. We got to say hi to the General here.
Yeah. By the way, well-rounded effort. Scali, Soucy, Riopelle, and Aleci all have 3 marks apiece. Go ahead, don't tangle up a tripod leg, but absolutely.
When you give us the green light.
Yep, he's got the, yep.
Scali had the fill.
Patton's got channel 3, by the way, and
Scali had the fill of 6, I believe, in that spare.
Sure did.
We'll get to the General in just a moment.
Yep. Second ball coming up. Twirling the wood behind the 10 pin. And the third ball as you see it here, and let's go over to Paul now.
We got the General with Brian Patton in the house. Hello, General. How you doing?
I'm doing good.
Where'd you get the nickname from?
I don't know.
Some guy named Paul.
2 times in the Atlantic Candlepin Singles Tour Class C Finals in the conference. Now you're in B. A tough year for you now. What's been the difference this year between last 2 years and this year?
Better competition, and like I said, all year I've been battling different injuries. So
different house too.
Yes, different house.
Talking to General Brian Patton is Greg Gouillart on the play-by-play.
4 pin only for Scali, so it just keeps on getting better and better for the designated home team.
Your son Alex Bowl and Caitlin Zokel, the number 1 seed, is the 5th seed in the same conference in D North of the ACST.
Yes.
They split the first 2 earlier tonight, I was told.
Okay, I was there for the first 5 for each of them before I came down here.
When are we going to see you back in the Friday Night Pro League game of the week? We'd love to have you another match. No pressure.
We'll talk to Alex about that. Set it up sometime.
At Woodside, a 9 box. Thanks, Kathy, for being eagle-eyed. I didn't mark the smudge properly. 9 box apiece, Scali 114 and Woodside 95.
Ben Witz, hello. Thanks for watching. Talking to the General, Brian Patton. Stand aside. The General's here in the house. You're such a class act.
Thank you.
A great help to Candlepins for Cancer as well. The Breakfast with Grace program at church did a couple of years ago. They matched a $250 donation with $250, $500, which helped one family going through cancer treatments. Thank you very much for doing that.
No problem. It's something we do monthly.
You do it again this Saturday, right? Tomorrow, right?
Yes, tomorrow morning I'll be there cooking again.
You're the chef, right?
I make the omelets.
Make the omelet. You put the big smoke in the sky, right? All those big flames,
can,
right?
yes.
Special effect when you cook, huh?
If I want to.
How can people get involved in that one?
Come down for the breakfast.
It's in Lynn.
It's in Lynn, 374 Broadway, at Grace United Methodist Church.
It's $8, right, for breakfast?
Yes, it
That's
is.
That's a good deal.
It is a good deal.
It's not all you can eat, though. You have to buy twice, right?
Right.
It's like the cafeteria in high school, right? You have to buy 2 meals. Buy a double, right?
Exactly.
But it's really good food, and he makes great omelets.
Good shot spare for Soucy. 3 marks in the last 4 now. Nardone on his 3rd ball.
Well, you've done a great job raising your son, Alex, if I may say so.
Thank you very much.
You get it from you, or you get it from him?
Nah, a little bit of both, me and my wife.
Yeah,
She's
your wife is
very
awesome,
patient.
too. Quick update from Greg.
Nardone a 9-box, 87 through 9. Not sure why the scoreboard hung up there, but 52 pins is official. And now a split on his first ball as Academy 3 is looking to get something started. But remember, 2 strings to go here and still plenty of points to play for in this tight divisional race.
Michael Izzo, good evening again. Good to see you for the second time today.
Matt Soucy letting you know how many he got on his fill.
Yeah.
Into the half, Worcester
Nice
spare.
ball. Nice.
Had a couple of great shots from Marks tonight.
$9 for Nardone, and we'll take another look real quick before we go back to it.
Academy 1 looking good for the first 2 points. 54 is the lead.
1 ball coming up for Soucy to add to this 55-pin lead. 7 more, 112. 4 marks in the back half.
So Brian's done a couple of matches. You did one way. I was away 1 week. You did a match with you and your son. Did the whole thing yourself at Exeter 1 week, right? That was a lot of fun.
CPL.
Oh, Central Park, okay. I
Yep.
think you did one other one, too. You helped out with at Exeter, I believe, when he helped me out. One of the strings. You do a good job.
Yes, that was just wonderful.
I just want to say, you're, like Greg, you're a class act. You're a true gentleman, true professional. I appreciate your humility and what you do to help promote Canopy bowling and your charity.
Thank you so much, Paul. Trying to watch the action, too.
And you just saw a horror story in motion there, General. We got
Yeah, the spread
Lewis
eagle.
Grapham punching down the middle again on the spare fill, trying to cut this across.
Can you
but-
play Twilight Zone music in the background?
Da-da-da-da-da-da-da.
The musical sounds of Greg Gouillart.
He's got at least 6 head pin hits.
Ah,
What a
yeah,
shot
yes.
that is.
Ah.
Twirling the wood beautifully. That set down delivery he has. Generating the torque he needed, and we take another look now. Man. Just the rev rate he generates to decimate that back row. Brilliant.
Academy 1 needs 7 points to overtake 7th place over Academy 3 here.
Grapham again getting a mix. Rio, Smarefill is 6. Tack it on for the home team, 102 through 9.
Caitlin Zook is up 2 points, 2 strings to 1 on Alex Patton. ACST match tonight, 1-5 matchup. Could be a conference semifinal.
Grapham a 3-mark back half, a great recovery after a tough start. Rio needs sticks now. One more gets him to 110. There it is, on the dot.
Steven, who goes by Lewis Grapham, very good bowler. I think he's very underrated. He's very, very explosive. Despite his under 500 record in the ACST, has won a lot of matches and has battled a lot of the matches he's lost.
Spare fill in the 10th, and the fill is 7. Doesn't have to shoot that annoying leave. 103. Riopelle 110, and we go down to Scott Lapierre and Cory Aleci on a strike. His second one of the string.
How good has he gotten the last year? Very good.
Lapierre, who's been good for a while now. Into the 2-pin, just sabers out the 2-4-7.
He was the first one of the Candlepins for Cancer ladder series going from 5th to 1st. Keith Beaupre did at Riverwalk Lanes this year, January 8th. In Amesbury, Mass, going 5th to 1st. Scott won more bonus money, $2,700 and change. Gave a couple $100 back to Candlepins for Cancer. Thank you, Scott, for that.
At least he's got Wood in front of the 8, but missed the head pin. 9 fill. There's that 10. It might have hurt Brian's reaction as well. He knew how close it was to padding that lead even further.
Scott a 7. It's all Academy 1 going to the second string. Had the first 2 points and now 3 behind. Academy 3 for that 7 spot. Top 8 make the playoffs out of 12.
God taking out just 5 this time. At least he takes out 7. 1, 3, 7. Lapierre's inclusion of the 9 pin makes his leave a little tougher, so yet again, more advantages stacking up for Academy 1. Whoa, and the head pin just floats around, and Scott's looking forward to the next string already.
So, Brian, if they're going to get a good breakfast, they can't go tomorrow, April 12th. What other, they do the second Saturday every month usually?
Usually, maybe we're going to be off. We're all busy doing something. I'm busy May 10th. I'm out on the beer that day. But I'm trying to think.
How can they find out more information to just sponsor that program? $8 for breakfast. That's a good cause.
We have a Facebook page, Grace United Methodist Church.
Okay.
You follow through there.
Brian, I've been there before. Brian makes a darn good omelet. Very tasty. A wood-winning omelet, I should say.
What if I could, that's for sure.
We should call it the General Omelet. We should change the name, the General Omelet. Tell them to change the name of the menu, the General Omelet.
Poulin can't run down the 4 horsemen. Fuller around. I think the cap deflected the motion. Ben loves pinball. I don't think Brian does so much in this case.
All smiles for Academy 1. Got the first 2 points. Big win.
All right, so 8 pins for Poulin. Back to par here, 90 through 9. Fuller grabs the extra 2. Makes it look pretty easy again.
Steve Poulin's a funny guy, though. He was great in Atlantic Candlepin Single Star recently. He have a 181. It was tremendous. Woo. I told him it's double lemon drop night. The 4 pin of the 6 pin, second last, second round, your first ball at $2 tonight instead of 1. 10 on the mark.
All the way around the Castle Walls Fall King stands, as Don Gillis would say. Brian Fuller Jr., the 7-10.
His father, Mike Poulin, eligible for the 2027 Hall of Fame class, will be nominated. Has been nominated already. The 2027 class must be nominated by February 28th, 2027 for the 2027 Hall of Fame class.
Wood, that's a problem here. It was too far up, and Poulin can't get it on the red line. Fuller can't spin his, and it's no mark either side. Poulin takes 10. This should be a 100.
And that's a Paul Grant special. Missed the second, make the third.
And Fuller takes 10, and he's got a 110. We'll confirm lickety split. 114, 112, 110, 125, 110, 80, 95, 96, excuse me. And yes, 571 to 570 is confirmed. So the first 2 points going to the home team, the designated home team, Academy 1.
Hard to win with the 501. They'll try to rebound here in the middle string. Let's pause 6.9 seconds for station ID from Greg Gouillart.
Hi, I'm Greg Gouillart. That's Paul Grant, and that's Brian Patton over there. This is Candlepin Bowling Network on both these stations. Please like the video if you haven't had a chance already, if you're logged into the platform of choice, by hitting the thumbs up button, and follow and subscribe on Facebook and YouTube so that you're always in the know about the latest bowling content. I was not at all to time, but alas.
Now in middle string, Justin Scali, the captain for Academy 1. Nice shot, won't go. Look good. The Rockhead Woods, or the barrel of wood. Barrels through, spare. Good start for Academy 3. The 7 seed versus the 8 seed Academy 1.
That's the standings going into today. So Academy 1 with the first 2 points. If they go
7 points, they're ahead of them.
7 points, they pass.
Love 8. Give them a tiny cushion by 3 points with 4 matches to go. Scali right on for a 10 to start the middle string. And don't forget, the last round, week 35 or 35, is position round. If 7, 8 stay the same, they'll be bowling each other again here the last week of the season. That'd be May 9th. The top 8 make the playoffs May 17th, 10 a.m. Riverwalk Lanes, Amesbury, Mass. Mark Ritchie's house, Melissa Ritchie's house. Great owners, great teachers of the game. Marked the world record for candlepins for 3 strings at 5:19. Did in the Friday Night Pro League, 2011, I believe it was. Woodside with a 6-pack, Scali with a 4-2 washout. Woodside spares 4, 14-10, early 4-pin lead. Scali too far right, but almost stole it. 1 in the wiggling 2. Woodside right down the middle, 3, 6, 10. Brian, feel free to chime in if you'd like. And Scali off the rails for an 8. 18 through 2 in the second of 3. Woodside a 9, gains on the pin, and they've gained 5 already. It's down to 65 in the match. Plenty of time for 6 points still for Academy 3. Second bull is Matt Soucy. On the right, Mike Nardone. Some call him Narclone.
So, Brian, I know Paul's probably asked you for the stats sheets as well, but tell me some more about your bowling. So, how long have you been bowling for and whereabouts?
I've been bowling since I've been about 13. I started on Lucky Strike, Lanes, and Lynn. And when they closed, I moved to Metro Bowl and Peabody.
Basically points north in Massachusetts.
Yes. Lucky Strikes holds a Hoffman tournament every year. And one year I was on a team that actually won the tournament.
Soucy a spare.
I think that was in 2010.
Now doing a tough one, 1, 7, 8, 10 on lane 5. This 44 lane house. He missed right, not the 10.
Lucky Strike Lynn, of course, also the namesake of one of the men's world's teams as well. Championship winning one at that.
Nardone flies over the 7-8, won't come down for landing for an 8 to start his second string. Academy 1 gets a couple of minutes back there.
And let's see, more recently, the past 3 years, been in the ACST Class C when they opened the division up for 2 years.
You had the best division a couple years ago at the matchman, Tony Levesque, Jeff Little, and Parkinson Jr.
Yes.
Laser won that first championship. Justin Ruggiero won it last year for Class C in its second year.
Yes, he did.
Now they're both in B, and you're in B. Will you be in B next year or C?
It depends which average he takes.
Yeah. Second box, second string. Matt Soucy on lane 6. Too far right, 5 standing. Here's Mike Nardone on the triangle. No longer a spare.
Nice shot.
18 the ball through 2. Soucy, nice out there for a pretty 10.
Getting a little chilly in here. Someone's left the emergency exit open. Hopefully bowlers don't have to start calculating wind speed at this rate.
Yeah, it keeps you awake, beats caffeine. 23 through 2 in the second of 3. Update from Greg.
Yep, 41-41, even Stevens. By the way, speaking of Metro Bowl, as Brian mentioned, how about Keith Beaupre last week with a 479 triple, his career best and the season best, obviously.
He threw a 457 at Campus Cancer first live show in Portsmouth. Then Cory Packer threw like a 461 against him after that to win. Third bowl is here. Lewis Grapham, wobbling check mark left. Soucy, 478, the Josh Rio rather. 478 triangle. David Gowans, thanks for watching. Good to see you again. Blue Shells 50. I used to DJ in the 80s with 45 records. Had those darn wooden floors. They'd stomp their feet. The records would skip. It was a pain in the neck, but it was awesome. Still have them all. Over 1,000 records. A lot of 45, some albums, some cassette tapes, and some 8-tracks. Boy, am I getting old. So, Brian, what are you doing? What are you trying to do to improve your game of bowling? To get to the next level.
Just concentrate more. Try to work out any injury bug I have. I think I'm close to it. I have a recurring callus on my finger that keeps breaking open.
It's tough that happens. Rio on the object pin for a 9. Grapham matches with a 9 to start their second. Candlepin is cool. Get the word out. It's unbelievable. Candlepin bowling is sport for any age. Greg.
Wood just ramped it around on the 2-pin. Shout out to that one bowling proprietor who got me a bandage when I got a blister on my own finger there. Didn't help my scores. It's very interesting trying to deliver a ball with a Band-Aid cushioning on your finger. Just gives a totally different feel for the finger grip of the ball.
Rio with 5. Grapham pounds the pocket, but splits 3 and 1. He's got the 6 on the right, 2, 4, 7 on the left. We're in the second box, second string. Middle ball is a 5. Rio missed number 1. He's got the Augusta, Maine special. I call it the 1-7-10 Sports Center owned by Mark Carrier in Augusta, Maine. Rio Channel 5 high-low jackpot. Grapham goes left and the object pin to 2. 6 to the right. And Rio hits the head pin, nothing else, for an 8. 17 through 2. Grapham trying to get 1. Does for a 9. 2 9s to start our second. 59-58, Academy 3, a slim 1-pin lead. They're down 69 in the match on Candlepin Bowling Network. Greg, how can they get CBN?
You found one way, but we have 2 ways, Facebook and YouTube. Please like and follow on Facebook and subscribe on YouTube so that you're in the know.
And how can they get us live?
Well, you found one way.
But the other way, how do they get notified if they don't know we're on?
So you go to your browser bar and you type in on the address bar, right? Facebook.com. Anyway.
Hit the bell icon.
Oh, of course. That's how you actually get notified on YouTube. Because the subscriptions may notify you, the bell will notify you.
At least a good try. It won't carry. Lapierre does not get his to go. 1, 6 right, 8 left.
Or use the subscriptions feed on YouTube. Take the algorithm into your own hands. Don't just rely on what they feed you.
Cory gets a 10 to start his second. Lapierre, tough leave, gets an 8.
A couple of times the ball's just shot out left of Lapierre's hand. Maybe it's just hanging up in the hand a bit.
Academy 1 flips the table on Academy 3. They now lead by 1 in the strength, 71 in the match.
Closer match this time. Remember, Academy 1 has knocked down 1 more pin than Academy 3 across the entire 30-week season to this point.
Cory crossing over the old Woolworth department store lead, the 5 and the 10, but here goes the 5. Good break. Lapierre in the pocket, wobbling triangle in the 7. 3 middle, 5 wobbles left, 6 to the right.
So it's a massive shock that the first string was decided by 70 pins.
Aleci trying to knock it down, does. Spare. 20 to ball through 2. Perfect game in Candlepin, 10 spares and strikes. Good start for Mr. Candlepin Corner. Free on YouTube to subscribe, Candlepin Corner.
Matches that Mark Nardone put up, so each side has 1 mark open now.
Scott trying to send it over to the West Coast. Just missed right, not by much.
He made a slice like that earlier.
Okay, Matt Waning, thank you for donating your lemon drop. Where do you bowl out of, Matt? As Lapierre gets a 9, just 17 through 2.
Took the 5 and 7.
Brian Fuller Jr., the anchor spot for Academy 1 with Steve. I'm not fooling Poulin.
Brian Fuller Jr. had a 380 last week, including a 148 high single.
Matt, if you need financial help, please message me on Facebook or candlepinsforcancer.com. There's a nice shot for a strike, 9.
Excuse me, 8-pin, you were hitting a half.
You got to hit him, Steve. I always tease him about.
He did.
Full of the 110. It goes. Spare. Treetop the 10. Good start for a second string. Poulin to answer. He got it. Barely.
He's owed that break.
Brian, you want to call a couple of boxes?
No, it's all right.
Not ready for it tonight, huh?
No, I'm about to head out of here.
All right.
So I can get ready for the breakfast
I want to
tomorrow.
thank you for stopping by. You're a true gentleman, a class act.
Thank you.
The General Brian Patton with us tonight. Thank you, Brian.
Thank you.
Fuller spare fill.
It's all 10. Strike on spare. 20 through 1, 30 plus 2 through 2. Here he goes. Poulin going left on the 2-8.
Big swing.
12 through 1.
Now Academy 1, a big favorite.
Good recovery.
Poulin had a 337 last week.
Such a dangerous bowler. Like father, like son. Great effort there. Grabs 2 for a 9. 21 through 2 the hard way. Spare 2-9. Back to the top of the order means it's time for an update from Greg Gouillart.
I show the margin is 11 pins. We'll verify that. So overall in the match right now, it is 21 marks to 11. Poulin should not be on a spare right now, so, excuse me, this way around.
They have 108.98 in their scoreboard. Sometimes that scoreboard's haunted. They don't always catch it. Greg's usually pretty accurate.
Yep.
Go back to Woodside, who had a spare 4-9 start. Justin Scali a 10-8 start. He's going left for 6. Woodside, 3 down, 7 to go. Good comeback shot. Flies around the 3 right, 5 left.
Crossovers leave back pins.
Not kings.
It's included.
Scali 2 full. Woodside an 8. 31 through 3 on Candlepin Bowling Network. Scali trying to clean it up. Does for a 10. 28 through 3. Candlepin Bowling Network is home of the Mixed Worlds, June 27th, June 28th, June 29th, in the Ladies Internationals, August 1st, August 2nd, August 3rd, on Candlepin Bowling Network on YouTube, and possibly Facebook.
Scores are official, by the way, 118 to 105, just confirmed.
Woodside with a check mark left.
They run the risk of drifting away from the official score, but so far so good.
He's like Dobie Gray, Drift Away. You know that song I'm talking about, Greg? I'm too old, I guess. Greg's half my age. Woodside can't convert a Willie. The spinning wood hits the 7. It won't fall. Will it? Come on down. You're not the new contestant on The Price is Right. And Scali too accurate again.
Same leave, same markless result.
Woodside a 10. 41 through 4 in the second of 3.
Good 10. Scali unlikely to match.
He gets a 7.
Just because of the pinning, the leave rather.
35 through 4. Okay, Dobie Gray, Drift Away. Anybody out there know that song? Let us know. All right, Matt, we take $1 for lemon drops, 5 on the mark if you want to do an optionally donation. We got a bucket at Riverwalk Lanes here at Academy Lanes and River Ice Stream Live, or you can go to Candlepins number 4, cans.com via Venmo. There is a slight fee for Venmo, a little more would be appreciated. Cover the cost of that charge. Candlepins4cancer.com. Candlepins the 4. Nardone missed the object pin, the 2. Soucy on the 6-pack. No more. Gobbled it up. 33 in a ball. Second spare of the string.
Second time we've seen that leave go.
Nardone Paul Grand Special. Missed the second, make the third. Never a good time for that unless you win. 10, 35 through 3 in the second. Candlepin Cancer has now paid $81,000 off to Candlepin families going through cancer treatments. As Nardone, club is all 10 for a strike. And every time it's your Candlepins for Cancer, a lot of times you see a strike or a big fill. Keep talking, Paul, about Candlepins for Cancer, right? Maybe a perfect game. Soucy too far left, but gets 7. Big break, 1-3 in the 9. That goes away now. It's the 1 of the 3. Take advantage while you can.
I guess the residuals are still kicking in, but yes, Candlepins for Cancer bowlers charity for bowlers. Just modest, direct financial support.
Soucy takes advantage, spare. And Candlepins for Cancer is a 501c3 charity. Donations via Venmo at candlepins4cancer.com. Hopefully PayPal soon, Greg. You now can get that figured out. And you can also write a check. The address on the website, candlepins4cancer.com. The check written out to Candlepins FOR Cancer. And not .com on the check. But the address is on that website, candlepins4cancer.com. Started by Al Johnson, Hall of Famer in the 2023 class. Thank you for your donations, past, present, and future. Here's Lewis Grapham with 8, 7 of the 8. Decent wood to work with. Here's the poet, Josh Rio. He's got a 6-pack himself. Bull's trying to party on. Lewis trying to barrel through the double wood in front, and it won't go. Rio trying to cork it like Soucy did a moment ago, all but number 1.
Grapham is 3 for 3 on the head pin to start the string, so no marks, but an encouraging sign.
And Lewis nails it for a 10. 28 through 3 in the second of 3. And Rio off target for a 9. 26 through 3. Greg would be calling the last string as well as you did the first.
Basically the opposite of our usual.
Yeah.
Academy 1, actually, when they got skunked by Exeter, they threw 1693. Not terribly bad, I would say, but Exeter threw 1884. 3 people at 360s, yikes, youch, and Aaron Fontaine at a 405, right before winning the Pro Series the next day.
4-minute post for Rio, and the W goes down to 189. The wiggle disappears from Grapham. That's a tough one. But something like that 5-pin helped maybe that versus the regular clean spread eagle for extra action. But he missed the object pin, the 2. Rio trying to send it over, too far left, 1 on the 10. We're in the second string of 3, Academy Lanes, Pub 125 in Haverhill, Massachusetts, on Candlepin Bowling Network. Friday Night Pro League Game of the Week, week 31 of 35. Grapham a rare 6, Rio gains 2 with an 8.
2 pins, not the worst swing in the world, even though Lewis will be disappointed with that, but dozen pins for Academy 1, and Aleci and Fuller on marks. So is Nardone on the other side.
Each at just 34 through 4. You remember that song, David? Sing it for us.
I made a pivotal blunder that ruined my yellow smudges. I'll get it right for next time.
Oh, Alan Mount's got the vocals down for Drift Away by Dobie Gray. Come on. Give me the beat, boys, to soothe my soul. I want to get lost in your rock and roll and drift away.
Yeah, I heard it in my head.
Greg should go play now after this match. A little lightly soft there for Lapierre, 7-9-10.
No, the jukebox isn't accessible at Academy Lanes. You go with what they give you, glow bowling. The glow bowling going on right now.
At least he gets out of parallel time, can't get to the 10, and Lapierre a 9. Cory with the wood, gains a pin with a 10. He's at 35 through 3. Scott 26 through 3, not hitting his stride yet. Jukebox Hero, but speaking of Jukebox by Foreigner, a hit back in the 80s. That's hard notes to hit that one. I don't know if Alan Mount can sing those vocals. Aleci 5 up, 5 down. Bucket shot, they call in Canada. For Academy 3, Scott Lapierre. No relation to Jerry or Jeff Lapierre. Jeff is the son of Jerry Lapierre.
So the latter 2 are, but the former isn't. Got it good.
And it's Lapierre's 1 P, not 2 Ps. Trying to get 2 Ps here, the 2 and the 5.
Nor does anyone capitalize the letter P.
And he gets 1 P like his name, 1 pin there for a 9. Aleci gets a 9 also. So 41 for Cory, 36 for Scott. Now the ankle ball is coming up in an update after these next 2 boxes. In a close second string, 18-pin lead for Academy 1. They're up 88 in the match and a 2-0 lead.
That was only the first pin Aleci's left up in this string and 4 overall in this match. Fuller Jr. has only left 2 pins standing.
Ben Wood's getting in the music action here. As Steve Poulin drops 6, 1, 2, the 8. Played in hide and seek beyond the 2, 10 right corner. Wood behind the 2 and the 8. Here's Brian Fuller Jr. in the pocket. He's got the 2, the 5, and the 10 left to right. He's on a strike after a spare. Poulin, good shot. Wow, that fizzled out quickly. 8 and the 10. No wood, no luck. And Fuller denied 3 in a row. 8 in the strike, 20. Make it 38. 38 through 2 in string number 2.
It's glancing blows for the both of them, I suppose.
Poulin out of the Atlantic Ocean, no good for an 8. And Fuller, I think that's a 9. I couldn't see it from here.
Looks good to me. Bowler's call, of course.
It is a 9, 47 through 3. Poulin just 29 through 3 despite the spare in the first box. The 2 fill lowered his score.
Looks pretty indisputable, honestly. I always doubt myself in the critical moments.
Poulin off to the right, spinning back for a couple of more. He's got the 4-spin left, the 1, 2, 4, 7. Fuller going left for a 6-pack. Academy 1 in 6-pack mode tonight.
Just because they raise 2 fingers doesn't mean they're right.
Poulin for a spare. He missed number 1, no kickback. Fuller just missed the 5. Update from Greg. That's just seconds away. Channel 7, the alliteration station. Monster Monday. Monday Mayhem. Channel 7, the alliteration station. Each of the 10, and an update from Greg Gouillart.
Hi there, we'll change it to the smooth jazz station. 27 pins, I show the margin right now. 1 mark aside from the 2 spot bowlers. As it happens, pinning is actually 6 in favor of Academy 1. They've knocked down 6 actual pins in the string, 17 more overall in the match. So the pinning is tilting towards Academy 1, partially because they've had that many more marks as well.
Justin Scali on the head pin. 1-1 split. 4 in the 10. Wood rolling high up. The rock crossing over. A little soft, but gets 7. Decent Wood. Wobbling 6 middle pin. 9 left, 10 right. Has a chance. Scali trying to send it over. Nothing doing. A skee ball shot. Went for the 50 of the 100. Woodside. He got his to go. Spare. Spare 4 in the first, spare in the 5th. 51 at the half, +1. Scali doinks it again for an 8. Wasn't there. 43 at the half. Slow start for the captain. 25 lead for Academy 1.
Yep.
The mark situation.
Like we said, Scali had the injury bug right now. Mark situation is 2 open for Academy 3 and 1 open for Academy 1. Scali had a 298 last week, and Woodside had a 309 last week.
Justin with a check mark on the fill. Actually, I'm sorry, Ed's on the spare, not Justin. His spare is 8. 6 right, 9 left. 59 half.
Solid half. Any man would like to roll 120. 110s are good too.
A 120 bowler, according to Bob Lee Research on Canopy Bowling Network, 3.1 spares a string, 0.9 strikes. Stats by Canopy Bowling Network. For a 120 average bowler. Scali connects, maybe, no. Nothing wrong with that shot, hit the object.
Got his object.
Woodside goes back-to-back, spare. 69 of the ball through 6. Here comes Academy 3, making a dent in the deficit. Scali at 10, just 53 through 6. Lead is down to 17 in the string for Academy 1. They're up 87 in the match.
It would be the very first victory of Academy 1 over Academy 3 if they manage it. In Week 8, Academy 3 won 6-2, including Woodside 379, Nardone 383, and Crawford 409. And then in Week 19, they split 4-4 when Poulin got 364. Pretty grindy string where nobody ever went below 100. Nobody gave anything away. It was just third ball duel right the way through.
Matt Soucy. Strong start.
Yeah, 3 marks in the first 4.
Add 6 more there. 57. Now it's what, 63? Or is that including the mark?
That's including the mark.
57 through 4. Won't go there. Nardone on a strike. With the wood, he got it. He gets a big 20.
Such a fan of his footwork at the line, too. It's such a deft touch to his ball.
55 through 4. 65 at the ball at the half. Soucy a 9. 66 at the half.
I mean, look at it again. He really has to curl his ball over to the right side, so the balance foot really pivots over. And then the ball gets a similar glance all the way to the left.
It's down to a dozen for Academy 1. Soucy going left. Kick off the wall. Gives him the W, the 189, the wiggle.
And Woodside and Nardone open on mark, so this is actually a virtual tie at this point.
And this nice ball. Bombs away, baby. Strike.
Now they lead.
Strike. Spare strike. Wow. 75 through 5. 85 plus 2 through 6 for Mr. Narclone, Mike Nardone. Soucy the answer. Miss number 1. Can't roll back, or will it? Taps it. Does the dance. Won't fall.
Soucy on a cold streak with the head pin will look to rebound in the last 4.
Now it takes a 10. Good string nonetheless. 76 through 6 on Candlepin Bowling Network. Let's get a quick update from Greg Gouillart.
Yeah, Soucy is getting the mixes there. 3 marks in 4. So if he even got the head pin, maybe we'd start seeing some strikes as well, and Academy 1 could be further ahead. As it is, with Woodside and Nardone on mark, Academy 3 has a virtual lead at this point. Strike, spare, strike by Nardone.
Chuck Grindle, thanks for watching. Karen, Jeff Cudden, thank you very much. We appreciate you being here, and thanks for the kind words. Caitlin Zolko in 10-4 over the 5th seed Alex Patton in Atlantic Candlepin Singles Tour tonight, Class D North. Ready to clinch a number 1 spot with a match or so to go. Josh Rio, 9 down, 1 to go. It's the 6, a plank in front, 1 behind. This should go, you'd think. Think I'm right for a change spare. Another check mark. That's for Louis Grapham. He too accurate in the middle. Rio 44 at the half. Louis no marks to start his middle string. Try and get to 44 through 5 somehow on the setback leave. And 8, just 42 at the half.
I tell you what, Grapham has now had 5 headpin hits now in the half, but once again too full, this time on the second ball in that check mark. And you recall he had those 4 fills earlier as well. Just a cruel way. Rio can relate as well. Of course, he had that 1-5 punch out on one of his spare fills.
Catamount only up by 4 in that string, 74 in the match. Diamond left for Rio. And that's on a spare of 6. Lead is 10 now in the string. 50 half. Nice recovery to get to the minimum.
Oh no, this again, the
Another
check mark left.
What's going with these check marks tonight?
Well, you get thin on the headpin and you don't take out all of the 1, 2, 3. That tends to happen.
Rio somehow only got 2 of the 4.
Same thing, diamonds can also result from thin headpin hits.
And this one's a check for a spare for Grapham. .52 to ball through 6, his first mark of the second. Rio and 9.
This karaoke party's popping off in chat. Great to see you all.
Now, my favorite song is I Go Crazy. Paul Davis, a songwriter, died age 60 at a heart attack on his 60th birthday. Died the day after. Great singer, songwriter, #1 country songs, several top 40 hits. I Go Crazy, number 7. Number 12 song in 1978. Anybody know that song, I Go Crazy? Paul Davis, let me know. Good ballad. Timeless treasure.
I Go Crazy sounds like it should be a driving song, but it hardly is at all.
Another check mark. What's going on with these check marks tonight?
Yeah, Lapierre's entry into the headpin hasn't been perfect to this point.
Cory can't get the sleeper to go. The 8. Nothing wrong with that shot.
Good grief.
Close battle here in the second. Academy won the first by 70.
That's quintessential candlepin. That's how it goes sometimes.
Lapierre can't get that one to go.
Too thin on the 3-pin. They don't all go down just because you hit one.
Aleci 9. 53 half. Had a spare 5 in the second. Scott Lapierre a 10. 45 looking for his first mark at the half. Close second string. The lead is 8 right now for Academy 1. 78 in the match. Their goal is to get 7 or 8 points tonight to go ahead of Academy 3 for that 7 spot. Cory on the head pin. Too accurate. Spread eagle throwing the 8 behind the 2. Brutal. Lapierre overdue for a mark. Buries 9. 10 strike. Run on cue.
Yeah, with Lapierre's last 5 headpins, you just had to think that was a matter of time.
55 plus 2 through 6. Cory, a tough leave, still is.
Lonely feeling your opponent abandons the lane because he's got his hammer and you've got to work out this.
Cory, object only 1, 6. Ouch. And Academy 3 making some noise here. Cory 59 through 6.
Yep.
Here come the ankle balls now.
4 pins up for Academy 1, but now a spare up for Woodside, a strike for Nardone, and now a strike for Lapierre. So now Academy 3, indeed flipping the script.
And speaking of hammer, Maxwell's silver hammer by the Beatles. Brian Fuller Jr., 6 down, the 4 horseman. Here's Steve Poulin on the head pin. He buries all 10, strike.
Oh my goodness. And with that, everybody on Academy 3 is on a mark.
49 at the half plus 2. Fuller just missed inside the 110. Had a good 57 start through 4. Spare strike combo, 8 fill to start.
It's 5 marks to none, in fact, outstanding.
Fuller an 8. 65 half. 5 marks to none, is it?
Yes, it is. So
clean sweep. Someone's not buying the beer.
I mean, technically in box 6, Poulin could still be the so-called morbidly named hangman if he's the only one not to mark. That's the slang, especially when Academy lanes used to have the CompuScore system that would pop up that rather violent-looking icon.
Full of dominoes, 8. Wood to help, 4-7, 2 pieces. 1 behind could get in the way. And Poulin soft hit 3, but he's on a strike.
Cartoon stick figure, more like it.
Fuller won't go. That piece behind was afraid of, got in the way. Poulin trying to get another mark. 2 full, but sweeping back. Can he get to the 3? Just about. But a big 9 filling the strike. 58 through 5. Fuller a 10. 75 through 6. Greg will call the 3rd string. Poulin a 10. 68 through 6 on Candlepin Bowling Network. Time for an update from the soothing sounds of Greg Gouillart.
If we actually view it correctly, you see it here. Indeed, Poulin, the only one not on a mark in box 6, but Academy 3 will be thrilled with this. Now 11 marks to 7, and the pinning 3 in their favor as well in terms of the third ball. And we'll get one more quick look at how Fuller's spare didn't go there. And indeed, the wood just...
Spare from Ed Woodside, the Rock. A 6-pack again, 4 fill. 73 through 6. One of 4 marks for the team. Scali 3 and 2 washout. We got special guest. We have Anthony Leonardi of the Atlantic Candlepin Singles Tour, Class D Northern Conference. Big sweep today, 14-0 to get in the playoffs as of right now. A couple of matches left. Also works for Candlepin Corner on YouTube. Free to subscribe. With lead lanes going down. Now, where are you guys going to go temporarily? Different house?
It is TBD.
To be determined.
Yeah, we currently do not have anywhere we are going to go. Hopefully, Lita obviously, stays open, finds a place. But as of right now, we are to be determined.
Raise your microphone if you would, sir.
So, when are you going to do your very occasional podcast again?
That's a Cory and Jordan thing. They're going to have to see if they can get that going again.
And you got the New England knockouts coming out still too, right?
If Jordan runs it again, hopefully I can get back into that. Been into the championship 2 years in a row, so hopefully I can keep that streak going too.
How was the sensation of co-calling the Worlds with us as well at Lita Lanes recently?
Good try by Scali. They had nothing to show for that one. Brutal. Woodside keeps on the lanes for a 10. He's at 93 through 8 in the second of 3. They're trying to make it 2 points apiece after getting humbled by 70 in the first. Scali a 6 again. 66 through 8, no marks.
Scali probably wanted between the wood and the 5-pin instead.
Academy 3 has an 18-pin lead in the string. It's down to 52 in the match for Academy 1. We're talking to Greg Vellante. Anthony Leonardi, Greg Volante's friend, also on Candlepin Corner. I always get you two mixed up with somebody. I know your name. I know you have. I always say the wrong name between you two. I don't know why.
I mean, maybe too. We are also in the same division in ACST, so maybe that's helping Candlepin Corner.
I said it right all along. I always make the mistake every time.
We like Greg. Greg's awesome.
Soucy on a strike. 2 in a row. Is that a strike spare? That's a double
That was
strike?
Nardone's strike you're talking about.
Okay, I couldn't see it from here. All right. So Nardone a clean strike. Soucy's on a strike now, I think.
Yep, that's it.
All right. All right, here we go. Quick update, Greg. Let's talk into Anthony.
9 for Nardone, strike for Soucy. So that's correct there, and 25 pins the margin right now.
You want to try some play-by-play here?
Play-by-play is not my thing. But we can try. We can go
I'll
for
give you
it.
a box. Come on, I'll give you some love here. Go ahead.
Soucy on a strike fill.
It's Anthony Leonardi, not Greg Vellante, for the record.
Soucy off to the left of the headpin, still chewing.
What's he chewing?
The pins.
It's bubblicious.
Off to the left, everything but the headpin. 9 fell for the strike for Soucy.
95 through 7. Your microphone drifted down again somehow.
Soucy at 9. All right, couple more bucks here. Try it out. Come on. Give you some experience. Equal opportunity here.
I know the play-by-play has always been Cory and Jordan. I'm the behind-the-scenes tech person.
You have to help me out. I'm clueless on tech stuff. I'm a lost cause. It takes me a while to learn. I'm my hands-on guy. Once I do it a few times, I'm okay. But learning my own, not my forte.
And again, Anthony, it's easy. Just take a page out of Jordan's book. All over it. I mean, actually, that's Grapham's first headpin miss in 7
Rio
boxes.
is all over it right there.
This is not a soundtrack when he says all over it. It is not Jordan Britton's background vocals.
Rio trying to strip it over, but leaves everything but the 7.
Just nothing got off the wall there.
So we're getting you ready in case one of those guys gets sick. One of the broadcasts got to step in.
I know. I think that would be Micah would most likely step in on that one. Micah will most likely step in.
I'll give you another box. How's that? One more box. How's
One
that?
more box, one more
I'll
box.
leave you alone. Are you mad at me now?
No, of course not.
I try to draw people out. Sometimes it backfires.
Lewis on the head pin. Great ball from Lewis there.
Anthony Leonardi, Atlanta Candlepin Singles Tour Class D Northern Conference.
Rio on the head pin. Gee, all these head pin hits and just not taking everything. Friendly piece of wood here for Lewis. And the ball came back and took it, Paul.
All over it.
We're going to see that one again. That was an interesting one. Rio does match that mark. We're going to get another look at this one here real quick on Grapham's 9-10.
You going to take about Greg's instant replay controls here now?
Hopefully. Yeah, no, see, like I said, I'm always the behind-the-scenes person, always taking care of the tech. And we let Cory and Jordan take care of the play-by-play calls.
All right. Thanks a lot. Anthony Leonardi, thanks for stopping by. And thanks for letting me put you on the spot.
No problem. Anytime, Paul.
Okay. Thank you very much. All right, Scott's on a strike. Chance here for Cory Aleci, his counterpart in Candlepin Corner on YouTube. Free to subscribe. 2 in the 4 opportunity. Lapierre trying to track it down. He does not get it somehow. Wow. That looked good, didn't it?
Got pins, but I think the wood got ripped up.
Meanwhile, Aleci gets the spare. 68 in the ball through 7. Lapierre, 9 in the strike, 10 in the box.
Important for Academy 1. They need something to stem the tide here.
Academy 3, 29 pin lead in the string. It's down.
This is
20 in the string, 50 in the match. You're only down 50 now.
This is the miss we see replaying here. Oh, goodness.
Wow.
Wood stopped it up, and then the second hit as well. Why, yes, Jim, it is.
Yes, that's Jim. That's the one in case McCool about the banana splits. What happened with that one? We'll talk about that in a minute, how it all started with the banana split joke. The 4-7-6-10 called the double P-knuckle, it just doesn't sound good. So I call it the banana split. In case McCool in his Atlantic Candlepin Singles Tour matches, he would say, I'm hungry. And then we had the growl sound after a while, so Casey's always hungry. Lapierre hungry for a spare, won't go.
Another one not making it to the back row.
So that's that whole banner with Case McCool and the banana split. I give the nickname, but Case McCool getting all the love because he's always hungry. He's always growling. Oh, wow, what a shot for Aleci for a spare. Back to back, a dandy. 76 through 7, 86 in the ball through 8 for Academy 1.
But crucially not a gin dandy, but still the 6-7-8 played on the left side of the wood, and the wood takes it from behind on the 6.
Scott at 10, 84 through 8. Here come the ankle bowlers. The final 2 boxes before the final 2 boxes of the string for each bowler. Michelle Corkum, Michelle with 1 hour. You related to Justin Corkum up in Canada. Two split for Poulin. Pocket shot for Fuller Jr. Gets a break. 6 pin for a spare. Poulin trying to kick it over. What a try.
Wood didn't kick back or anything.
Fuller missed it.
That's one Academy 1 might remember.
Oh, I don't want to remember. Pepperidge Farm remembers. They're distinctive cookies. A 9 for Poulin. And Fuller Jr. wasn't there for a 9, I guess. No, it was.
No, he did get the 10. He got
I didn't
it.
see it from here, so that's a Poulin Grand Special. Missed the second, make the third. Good, never a good time for that. 85 through 7.
Affirmative.
Poulin 9, 7's a wild, 7-7-7, 77 through 7, late in the second of 3.
Grapham downgrades to 78 in a ball through 8. That score should now be correct.
Poulin comes back for the 1-2, not a head pin hit as it fell from behind. Fuller wobbling 4 horsemen right, the 1-3-6-10, 36% conversion rate for Class A bowlers without wood. Stats by Candlepin Bowling Network. Free to subscribe. I got no feedback on Paul Davis. I go crazy. I'm disappointing you fans in the stream. Come on. It's the longest running single of all time at the time. High piece of wood up front, angle, Poulin. Oh, the ball comes back for the 4. The way he drew it up for a spare. 87 the ball through 8. Anywhere they fall. Fuller frustrated on the 6 pin there.
Has had that spare strike to start and then nothing since. He knows he's had his chances.
He gets a 10, 95 through 8.
Yeah, those 10s will make him go crazy.
Let's get an update for Greg, and it's 6.7 station ID break.
Yep, 20 pins for Academy 3, 50 pins overall for Academy 1, and 2 marks open on each side. Overall, in this string, it's 13 marks to 11, so really Academy 3, just those 2 extra marks. Also a little extra pinning.
Scali for a strike, almost. Wood to help in front of the 7, 2 pieces. The Rock at Woodside trounces 7, 1-3 in the 7. Wood rolling around.
This is Candlepin Bowling Network on Facebook and YouTube.
Scali connects spare on the board.
So if you like good shots like that, hit the thumbs up button if you're logged into the platform of choice. Either way, thank you very much for your support just by watching.
Woodside denied by the 3, and Scali 86, make it 76 in the ball in the 9th. Like his team to go up 4-0. Woodside at 10, 103 through 9.
Woodside hasn't lost a pin since the 3rd box, in fact. It's been 10 spare, 10.
Michelle from Bridgewater, Nova Scotia watching. Scali on the spare, right side, dominoes 7, 8, maybe 9, maybe 10. The Julian strike, and Canada, the last one to fall. Big 20, wow. Woodside 3.
Monstrous break for Academy 1. They are still in this.
In the World's 80s, Dave, Julian, and Canada made a living up that back to a strike. The nickname stuck, the Julian strike with the headpins last to fall. Big 20 for Scali, a big time, 86 through 9, 96 in the ball in the 10th. Huge.
Especially with the yellow smudges broken. I want to show you guys this. There's the extra mark up for Academy 1. Woodside will get some pins on the board as well, but he really needs to pin this out.
And hit there, just 2 there. 178, right side, 610. Somehow trying to get to 113.
And with so much at stake on this 3rd ball, that's a bad shot, a bad result. Maybe an unlucky one.
A 6 and a 109 finish for the Rockhead. Woodside in the leadoff spot. The lead is a touchdown for Academy 3. The marks favor Academy 1. Pretty much a virtual tie. The extra ball on the strike for Scali gives him a slight lead.
Yeah, it's a huge turnaround. Strike versus 6.
8.3 per strike, 6.5 for spares for Pro Bowler. Stats by Candlepin Bowling Network.
And
Free to subscribe.
And now we're starting to see the tighter margins I thought would happen on string 1. Here we go.
Scali would love a double strike. Going right for 5.
Splat goes the 3-pin. Just nothing mixes.
Makes the Century Club after all. On his way back from injuries. Cool, calm, collected captain Justin Scali for Academy 1. 7 in the strike. Nice finish, 103, 37 his last 2.
1 pin.
Academy 1 returns to 1.
Have I mentioned that Academy 1 has only knocked down 1 more pin than Academy 3 across the whole season coming into tonight? 1 stinking pin is all it could take. If there is a tie for 8th place in the playoff standings, by the way, that's determined by a 1-string roll-off the day of playoffs, which did happen last year.
That's right. That's Soucy in the pocket. He gets 8.5. Wobbling 4 in the 10. Mike Nardone crossing over. 3 pushed down. Big break. 7-pin holds. Both on a fine string.
What's Matt pointing at over there?
Mike Nardone's at 108 through 8 coming in. Matt Soucy 104 through 8. Advantage Nardone.
Big time. That wood is very, very flat on the 4. Soucy's going to have to pull off a circus shot.
He's got a power ball. This can go. Not that it's easy.
Agreed.
Powers it over. Great try.
And the wood disappeared behind the 10.
Nardone. Spare.
An extra mark for Academy 3 in this tight match.
118 the ball in the 9th. Soucy no good for a 9. 113 through 9. 7 blocks to go. Will it be 2-2? Will it be 3-1? Will it be 4-0? Stay tuned.
This spare fill determines the Academy 3 lead.
That's just minutes away on Channel 7, the alliteration station.
Nardone with 2 20 boxes, by the way. So this 118 and a ball string, he's going to go 130s, you would think.
All right, Chuck Rindle has I Go Crazy in 65. I love a fair for Paul Davis in this stream. I love it. That's right. It was a good roller skating song. Not that I could roller skate. Cool Night, another good song by Paul Davis. Classic song.
Cool night. Yeah, the door's still open. 7 fill for Nardone. That's your lead.
Susi 2, 4, 7 to 10. Wood in between. Can he pick it over? Oh, I can feel a breeze back even with the door open. Nardone. He got another one. Spare 7, spare, clutch. 125 through 9. 135 in the ball in the 10th. Clutch.
After a 96 previous, huge bounce
Susi, a
back.
tough ball grand special. Missed the second, make the third for a 10. 1, 2, 3. Second string. Furious, he missed that second shot.
So now Nardone with marks in 9 and 10 puts Academy 3 up decisively, but not conclusively.
Gary Downs Sr. from New Germany, Nova Scotia. Didn't hear that time before. Very good. Nardone, what a finish for him. What a string he's having. One of his best strings of the year. The fill is 9. How about a 1 or the 6? A 141 second string for Mike Nardone. Quick update from Greg of the mark situation.
2 marks aside, including 1 from Grapham and Rio. Both these bowlers have been good on their head pins, including Grapham, who's only missed 1. Rio's had his last 4.
Baker's dozen lead for Academy 3. On the left, here's Josh Rio.
Those Grapham a substitute, that's why he doesn't have a team shirt, of course.
Both on spares. He gets a break with 8. 1 of the 3. Big fill. And Grapham just 2. Big swing there. It's down to 7.
It swings a mark, yes.
Lewis 80 at the minimum. Rio for another 1. He got it.
And now Grapham has to match this, you would think.
Back to back. 97 the ball. No. 1 of the 10.
So remember, Nardone just swung 2 marks. Now Rio basically has pending good fill on this.
Who wants it more? Stay tuned. Lewis big sticks here. Nothing for an 8. 90, make it 88. 88 through 9. 5 box to go. Greg will have the final string.
509 plays 504. That is confirmed. The scores you see are the ones that are official, folks. We're going down the stretch, and Rio, Aleci have marks, and Poulin has a mark on the other side. Look at this!
Wow, strike on spare. 3 in a row for the poet. In the reel to Josh Rio. 107 through 9, 117 plus 2 in the 10th. Academy 1 killing it down the stretch.
Grapham with his familiar nemesis, check mark left.
Won't get it. And momentum on Academy 1 side, going for a 4-0 lead. And closer than 1 point in the standings. Behind Academy 3. Oreo Cookie got the cream in the middle, left the wafers on the outside for an 8. Disappointing string. 96 for Lewis Grapham.
So it gives away 4 pins in the last 2 boxes. And now Riopelle can pull further ahead.
Academy went up by a touchdown on the extra point. Rio adding 2 bonus balls to that lead.
And nobody's making a sound.
Crossing over, it's 7. 6 middle, 9 left, 10 right, 7 far left.
Rio doesn't usually thrive in a quiet room is the thing. I
can't imagine that.
He loves being the noisemaker, and the room's better for it, tell you what.
Trying to spill it over. Oh, yes! What a finish! Spare on strike. What a finish, 127.
We'll get another look. That was a pretty 3-in-1 conversion with the wood as well.
He's at 69 through 7. He gets 68 in his last 3. Is that right? 58 in his last 3. Pretty darn good.
59 through 6 and then 68 in the last 4. Yep. 28 bonus pins.
Aleci drops 9.
On a spare, excuse me.
95 through 8. He's going for 3 in a row. Scott Lapierre, spread eagle. Ouch. The lead is ballooned to 26, just like that. Aleci, another mark for Academy 1. And they're going to go up 4-0. Unbelievable. Academy 3 had him on the heels.
Highly likely, anyway.
Lapierre connects on the spread eagle for nice 10. 3 box to go. Is there a path for Academy 3 this string, Greg?
It's actually 9 box despite the sweet slice right now, but if Aleci marks here, it's going to put Academy 3 in the so-called miracle zone. Well, I call it the miracle zone because a miracle will be required.
Copyrights incorporated.
From that point.
Aleci in the bonus, crossing over again. It's 6, 7, even better.
By that I mean a double strike or a pinning disaster.
112 through 9. Lapierre 5 up, 5 down. These can seal the deal here in lane 6. He does! 3 in a row! 122 in a ball!
4 in a row, in fact.
4 make it even better. Academy 1 putting on a clinic down the stretch in a 4-0 lead heading into the third. And they win that third, they'll go to 7th place and leave Academy 3 in 8th from 7th.
Very likely now.
102 for Scott Lapierre, not his best stuff tonight yet. Aleci adding to the lead here, buries the pocket, it's 8. What a finish, 130. Look at the marks, folks, in that screen. Unbelievable. 130. And Justin was ice cold, 66-8. He got 37 his last 2.
And the mark situation has turned around. 2 extra spares for Academy 1, but also massive fills down the stretch.
Absolutely. Crushing blow for Academy 3. Brian Fuller Jr., 95-8. Steve Poulin's on a mark for Academy 3 to keep it closer. Buries the pocket, crossing over 7. Right to left, 6-9-7. Good luck with this one.
So the crossover pocket.
Fuller Jr., good try, won't carry to the goalpost. $94-8.
Oh, that would stayed on. Might help Fuller collect 10, we'll see.
Fuller 94-8, try and get this somehow. No. And put that one in the official column. Academy 1 up 4 points to none. Had the lead, gave it back, got it back, gave it back. Wins it in the end in a clinic down the stretch.
Notice Fuller doesn't go for the greedy shot there and gains a pin basically just by playing a prudent shot on the 10 pin.
Final box before the final string. We'll have one more station identification break from Greg next string, and he'll call the third string like he did the first.
And it was headed for a single-digit thriller so long in the way, but look again, plus 37 for Academy 1, and now they have a triple-digit lead, and now a heavy favorite to go 6-2 at minimum, even though we'll go back to 0 for string 3.
And you are right, Jim. Greg Mitchell alluded to it earlier. Bowled 10 strings early today, 2 5-string matches in the Atlantic Can Open Singles Tour, Class A Northern Conference.
Oh,
spread eagle.
Split luck. Academy 3 has had 6 more splits, by the way, despite hitting more head pins.
Fuller denied the spare. And now they'll look for the sweep next string. Their first win of the season against Academy 3. The momentum on their side, and this is a lot of confidence.
And this is something a lot of bowlers have, a twinge of desperation. You see Poulin really trying to make that eagle, even though it's a 1% shot.
Brian has spare strike 8 to start. No marks last 8, but gets a 113 string. They didn't need him. And a 7 for Steve Poulin. He ends up with a 108 disappointing string, and it's 4 points to none. The second string goes to Academy 1, 596 to 557, 109 pin lead with 1 string to go. Now a third string with Greg Gouillart.
Thank you very much. I'll reset the scoreboard here. Lickety split. You see the standings coming into today. So Academy 1 gaining 4 points. We established they needed 7 to pass Academy 3 in the standings immediately. Standings determine payouts at the end of the year as well as playoff seeding, even though both Central 3 and Exeter would be tough foes in the playoff round. Woodside has 10 pin down. 3 and 6 spill out for Scali. I don't think that's good news for him, though. 7, 8, 10. Rock spares. At Woodside, 204 through 2. Scali, 217 through 2.
But 2 big marks to set the tone for his team.
Spins the wood this way and that, and wow,
and
left side.
You got to wonder if he sparked that team, those 2 marks down the stretch up to 66-8 and rallied to over 100. So good for him.
Went from 66 and 8 to 103 for the string.
Yep, he led by example.
Same thing I mentioned. He had that 150 string when Scott Douglas threw a 180, and Academy 1 won that string as well.
I'm going to close that door, Greg. It's freezing in here now.
I think that's fair. Maybe someone's right through, coming just straight on through. I have no idea. You could hear the train rumbling outside. There is a set of train tracks for the commuter rail right out back. That's an old joke for Academy. But now a more temperate room as Woodside takes out 3 on the first one, 6, 8, 10. Breezy New England day here. 3-5 spills for Scali, strike. There he is with his 3rd strike of the evening. So Woodside with a 3 fill on the first one. Now gets a 10 bucks. That's a nice recovery.
We're not sure we're going to be next Friday night. We could possibly be in Hingham. Possibly Greg can make it there. We'll probably have to record that one. Either a Metro Bowl.
Actually, my sister's birthday's next week. I can't make it. I'm very sorry.
Next Friday night, okay.
Breaking news, sorry. Looking forward to celebrating that. By the way, 400's a plenty last week. We saw Beaupre's 479.
How about Billy Shiner Sr., a bridesmaid at 445?
445. We saw Al Kessick 411 that same night, and then Aaron Fontaine for Exeter 405. Thanks as always to Secretary Mike Machichi for compiling those statistics as they come in across the league. Susi the 129. Nardone's got an 8-pin hiding back there along with the 4 horsemen left.
So there's room at Metro Bowl. Go to Metro next week to cover Riverwalk at Metro.
Yeah. Metro has had wall-to-wall leagues all season as they always do, but usually towards the last few weeks we could sneak in edgewise.
If not, it's either Ryan's at Exeter, more than likely be Academy 2 at Central 1. That's a 3-4 matchup. So that's probably where I'm going to be, Academy 2 at Central 1 next Friday night.
Susi thin on the head pin, doesn't go out. Nardone looking for an out, doesn't get it that time. That'll be 5.
In Central 1 point ahead of Hingham in the standings, 135, Hingham 134, and a 4-5 matchup there.
+4 to Susi. Yeah, the big 20 stringer is coming up on the 20th of April. Easter Classic out of Leda Lanes.
Central and Hingham will be a first-round playoff. That happens. Sorry, Greg. Are you going to be there for that, by the way, the Easter Classic?
Yes, I will.
I'll be there in the evening time.
Sounds good.
Thank you, Al Johnson. Good to see you, the Hall of Famer, the founder for Candlepins for Cancer. Again, donations via Venmo at candlepins4cancer.com, a 501c3 charity. Pay your past due, current, and future lemon drops as well. Or I'm coming for you. In good fun. It is optional. Most people are good about it. Thank you very much. Any donation is greatly appreciated. Please help a family going through cancer treatments. $81,000 paid out to families in the Candlepin community going through cancer treatments. Candlepins4cancer.com by Venmo. You can write a check. The address on the website at candlepins4cancer.com. And also, the upcoming 9-pin roll-offs. First time ever having a 9-pin qualifier and 9-pin live show at Abington, Massachusetts, at Webster Timberlanes, home of the chocolate chip, must-have chocolate chip cookie pizza.
Both 7 boxes. Susi had a chance to gain some more, but didn't. By 9-pin, we mean 9 pins automatically gets awarded the 10th, be it 4, strike, spare, 10. Makes the scoring a little bit larger and makes more marks gettable.
I'm just glad Chuck Grindle has a Paul Davis, knows Paul Davis songs. I feel better now. It's one of those singers, you know his songs, you don't know his name.
Grapham splits again, 7-8-10. He's 199 through the first 2. Josh Riopelle, 237 through the first 2. So Academy 1 poised for their best result against Academy 3 all season. Good shot spare. Using the wood Grapham did to perfection.
How's the pizza, Greg, tonight?
It's good as soon as I could get some bites in edgewise. That's good. The garlic crust pizza out of Pub 125.
And he has a Sky bar for dessert.
Yeah. One more look at Lewis's spare. 8-pin goes last off the sidewall deflection. Al
Johnson, one of the deadliest pinners in Candlepin during his prime. Always talked about, Charlie Jutras told him, working your pinning. And he did a great job. The Channel 5 great. 2-0 against Craig Holbrook, by the way, on Channel 5. So Craig Holbrook, him joined up with the Ladies vs. the Legends in Sanford, one of the coldest days, probably the decade, last couple of years ago in Sanford, Maine. And I told Craig, oh, you can't beat him, you join him, huh? They joined up together, and they won a thrilling match against Amanda Carroll and Madison Rival. Amanda Carroll and Brooke Betteridge. It's on Candlepin Bowling Network on YouTube. The ladies led halfway through that third in the match.
Grapham drives through back-to-back spares.
But Al Johnson, a class act and a great ball and a funny guy and a lot of stories. A big heart of gold. Doesn't get the credit he deserves.
So Lewis Grapham bowling his 13th string today is no worse for it. Rio thought he could get a slice left side of the pin, got nothing, it's 8. So now Academy 3 with a mark up each side
right.
including for Scali as well.
All right, let's pause 14.3 seconds for Station ID. Our final one tonight from Greg Gouillart.
Hi, I'm Greg Gouillart. That's Paul Grant, and this is Candlepin Bowling Network. That's the logo up there, the former Spread Eagle Productions. Good to see you on Facebook and YouTube. Please like the video if you haven't had the chance if you're logged in, and follow on Facebook and subscribe on YouTube so that you're always in the know of the latest bowling content. Lapierre's got the 1, 3, 6, and 9, 3 and 10 split. Looks like we may have an interview guest soon. They're trying to undo my wire spaghetti over there. And a nice shot spare. Lapierre needed that one. He's been waiting a long time to, despite pretty good sound fundamental bowling, Aleci matches with a spare of his own. Paul.
We had the general of Brian Patton. We have his son, Alex Patton, who bowled tonight against Caitlin Zokol, the number 1 seed, as the 5th seed in the Atlantic Candlepin Singles Tour D North. You lost 10 tonight?
I did lose 10 tonight.
It's all
it was
right.
a tough match.
You're having a good year, though. You're 40 over 500 coming in. You're still having a great season in that 5th spot.
Yeah.
And last year, the 4th seed. Back to Greg for a second. They're both on spares.
Lapierre on a 7 fill. Aleci looking to respond to that. Gets the same 7, but a better leave. As Academy 1 tries to negate the early advantage.
What gave you that idea, Greg? That's a better leave.
I like it. 4, 7, 10 versus 2, 4, 7.
Brian Fuller Jr. is trying to do something in the string, so they haven't needed them so far. They're up 4-0. We'll get back to Alex Patton in just a minute. The general's son.
Split spare try for Lapierre. The wood's not impossible, but it doesn't escape the right gutter. The magnetic gravitational pole took it. 7 and 4, not really rolling forward enough.
That was just too much science there, Greg.
Well, you see, the vector of motion here in the rightward direction, that should be fair for a 10.
The subject of the predicate of the adverb.
To bake an apple pie, you must first invent the universe from scratch.
All right, let's talk to Alex Patton, the generals. How you doing, Alex?
Not too bad. How you doing, Paul?
Like father, like son, a class act.
Always.
Are you a chef like your father? He's doing the Breakfast with Grace program. He gave $500 for Candlepin for Cancer a couple of years ago. Are you a chef like him?
Not like him.
You can't get those flames going like him, like 8-foot high flames?
No, he takes the cake.
Yeah.
Or the omelet.
Makes a darn good omelet.
Cracking some eggs either way.
Fuller said he's trying to get a good string, a good start there in his first ball. We'll get back to Alex after this box.
And
Greg on the call.
7-8. I'm not counting Poulin out on this 7-8, though. He's got a boneyard to the right of it. His try. Red line of the front piece. It goes. 8 into the 7.
Wood shooter.
Fuller had to shoot the wood, of course.
I'll tease him after that one. He's a funny guy.
And we'll see the replay.
Wood shooter.
You would have glanced the 8 into the 7. That's a former 110s bowler talking, folks. Ball has the credentials.
Miss bowling.
Hey, you were showing someone at Bowlerama Portsmouth where Steve Poulin's out of, incidentally.
It's tough to bend. That's why. I can still throw the ball. I can't get anything on it. It's hard to bend, so I don't get anything.
Yeah, you have a serious bend in your delivery, that's for sure. Get down to the lane.
I'm no Phil Clough.
Yeah, he sure does. Nice shot spare. 1, 3, 7, 8, 10 this time.
Phil Clough nominated for the Hall of Fame for the 2020, so I'm going to be actually nominating him.
Look at this one by Fuller as well. Sorry, I'm going to have a look at this one instead. That's a dandy on a 3-and-3 split conversion.
They don't want Alex to talk, apparently.
Yeah, they keep doing too much.
You did a couple of broadcasts this year, as Greg shows the instant replay. What a shot. You did a couple of...
I'll just flash up the scoreboard. Keep talking.
You've done a couple of Friday Night Pro Leagues. Going to be available next Friday?
We'll see.
Central Park Lanes?
Depends on how my schedule looks.
All right, I'm going to hold you to it this time. No, just kidding. No pressure.
Scali needs another ball in the strike fill.
Academy 2 and Central 1, 3-4 matchup next Friday night, 7:30. That's week 32 now, 35. Season winding down.
They're getting close.
Scali still filling the strike. Got 7 on his.
The 3 marks his last 4. Now 3 out of 5 going back to the end of last string. To rally his team to big. How many marks did he get the last string? The last 2 blocks they had like what 6, 7 marks.
6 marks in the last salvo. All of Scali, Rio, and Aleci had 2 marks each. That's one way to get that 10. And I tell you, that second ball wasn't impossible either for Woodside as the wood rolled off the wood pin rolled off the wood in the right gutter, excuse me.
Academy 1 had a lot of big fills in those marks also. Tom Ulster Bowles, he lives in Florida now. Really into food, watching the nickname on the chat. He does come up during the summer sometimes. He did bowl in the 2022 Mixed Worlds or so.
Woodside crushed this one. 8 pins hit, doesn't drop.
The door is closed, Chuck Brindle. No more cold air coming in.
110. What's there? It's gone. Scali again sits down on a mark. Ed plays his wood, and he's got it 2 marks.
Yeah, Ben, you might need the Benny Hill theme for me bowling nowadays. I'm an old former show myself, that's for sure. I'm looking to get an 80. I can throw the ball with form, I just can't bend down, so I have no control of the ball. I don't know where it's going to go.
But he has the last strike on Candlepins for cash.
That's right, 1980, Bob Green. My only claim to fame. The Dennis Weaver McLeod mustache, the long hair, the bowling shirt, and the zits.
Nardone's distracted Susi with his chatter. Those two are like the ass clowns in the back row.
It was like 19 and a half at the time.
Doesn't matter anyway. Susi's got this one demolished for 9. And Nardone 5.
What a funny game. He had a big 141 was it, and he gets a $5 to start and a 7. Go figure. Welcome to Candlepin Bowling. Candlepin is cool for any age.
Susi has a spare. Nardone left it left, as it were. Still got 4 pins on the third ball. And got the pins this time, almost 10. It's 9.
Alex, your father's done a great job, and your mother did a great job raising you. You're such a class act. How do you say so? You're like the opposite of me. I'm very outgoing and boisterous. You're so quiet, calm, and cool.
I work in a middle school. That's where the energy goes.
So it drains you all, huh?
Yep.
I've coached U14 soccer. I can relate.
It helps me stay calm on the lanes after that.
Okay, I want to ask a question for the people watching the chat. Anybody ever play Skittle Bowl, the game by Aurora with the wooden pins, with the ball and chain? Skittle Bowl on the stream. Let me know. I love that game, Skittle Bowl. Played like once a year, every couple of years or so. Sometimes twice a year, that's about it.
3 marks to 2 open right now for Academy 3, so they still have a slight lead, really, even though Academy 1 has knocked down 2 more. Right through the triangle. Susi no good. Nardone missed the head pin. Question of sticks on the third one. I think Susi wanted to get to the back pin there, but Matt's going to take 41 through 4.
And a rare laugh from him. Nardone at 10. Alex, you were like in 10th place in the ACST Class D, landed Candlepin Singles to a North Conference. Now you're 5th.
Yep.
What's been the difference the last couple of months? Why you bowling? I mean, obviously you're bowling well. What's been the difference, you think?
The year changed. Last year wasn't my year. I think I had 2 wins out of 8 matches in the first half, and then I took 68 points in the first 6 of the new year.
Josh Riopelle up. He had a 368 last week. I keep neglecting to mention he had a good week there. Only behind Fuller's 380. Starts out with 3 pins. Grapham's off to a great start in the string. Lost it to the right this time for 4. 30 through 2. Cory Aleci with the highest 2-string total. 255 if memory serves.
Well, he's been great the last year and a half.
Yes, he has.
Big addition to their team.
Grapham mixing into this. We got 4 of the 6.
Last couple of years, Mr. Candlepin Corner, Cory Aleci. Again, free to subscribe on YouTube.
And got 4 of the 7 pins. That's a good third ball all told, even though he'll be disappointed with the 7 box. Grapham gains 2 more. He's more focused on the pins than my camera is, and he's got a 39 through 3.
Danny Finn watching wants to be like Mike Nardone when he grows up. Danny's a funny guy.
Mr. President of the ACST.
Danny for life. The Pub Walls Classic is on Candlepin Bowling Network tomorrow. The 95% handicap any doubles tournament. 32 teams or so. 33 maybe out of 40. Hopefully up to a $1,000 first place prize potentially.
Grapham's got this head pin, and he's got his strike. 3 marks in 4.
I was going to say a fundraiser for Candlepins for Cancer when he gets a strike.
So it still counts if you don't quite say it.
Yeah, it's on the tip of my
gets
tongue.
a spare.
See? You may call your next witness. Got a high hit rate in those. About a 50% hit rate in those. Unofficially. I'll have to start doing a tracking sheet in that. Greg, we can put that on your scoreboard.
See, Alex, you got to pay your lemon drops.
Yeah,
Yep.
it's an optional donation. Most 90% are good about it. Alex, any past due ones you owe? Oh,
Today.
Okay.
Gotta
I got
break
him. I
out
got
the
out of
wallet.
it. Didn't volunteer it, man. Jeez, you got to volunteer it, you know. $5, good for you. 15 families, almost 16 now. Helped Lemon Drop Pool the last 2.5 years. A fun way to help a great cause.
I think I had 3 tonight.
And, you know, any on spares or strikes is $5. You
Nope.
know. Okay. Just
Only
checking.
on nothing.
I'm like Danny Finn. I'm going to tease you for it, but I'm not going to make you. I'm not going to hold you accountable. Some get bent out of shape about it. That's okay. Can't win them all.
Aleci 2-4-10. What's not impossible, though, wants a slice on it.
Oh,
I don't think he got the wood at all, though. Too bad.
I always say God loves a cheerful giver.
Lapierre. Oh, no, he's lost it to the left there.
That's a Paul Grant shot.
that was a me shot from today.
Just a bit outside.
Thanks, Bob Euchre.
And that's a Paul Grant special. Missed the second, make the third. Alex, is there a good time for that?
Never a good time for that.
Gee, thanks. Get out of here.
I had a few today.
You know your friends are.
Paul, your standards are too high. 37 through 3 for each.
Hey, I tell Bill, put a $5 cap in your match. Some people are doing that, you know. Any way to help the family out going through cancer treatments, I'm all for it.
Aleci busts this up 10 pin.
Try to do it a fun way.
It's effective. $81,000 given. Lapierre close. 6 pin.
So we can get this one.
Aleci 4 for 4 on his head pin. Lapierre 3 for 4 starting out.
Who needs the wood for Aleci?
Had the guardrail there, didn't need it. Lapierre's got a plank right there. Got it this time. He's got his second mark.
Alex, what are you working on to improve your game?
Just trying to find my consistency in my release. Over the past month, I've had some really good strings and some strings where I'm just overthrowing the ball, trying to find that middle ground.
Who's the better bowler, your father, the general, or you?
Right now, my father. Give me another year and I'll be over him.
Did you hear that, Brian? The son trying to dethrone the general. Trying to court-martial the general, huh?
Yeah.
Fuller on the head pin. 3, 4, 6, and 7.
So it's funny. He has a shirt called the General now. I give him the nickname, obviously. I can't imagine why. And then you sit next to your name, so it's a General Patton next to each other. Side by side. It's hilarious.
Yep.
Fuller's thin off the wall. 4, 6, 7. Poulin, these diamonds are dastardly, and he's right through the middle of it. That's harsh.
Dastardly and Muttley. Another great cartoon.
Oh, that's a nice pair. 10, excuse me. Getting a bit tongue-tied inexplicably. That was a gobsmacking shot. I didn't expect this one to go. Watch where he plays it again. This is for a 10 box. And the wood twirls behind and takes out the 6. That was sweet.
Any way it goes.
You never know.
Like Sky Bars, they're sweet.
Fuller doesn't want to look at this one. I think he'll be very pleased with the result.
I always say it doesn't count when you turn around.
Into the head pin goes Poulin with 3, 4, 6. It's too full.
How many matches would be lost if he didn't look at it and it fell down?
The 6 and 9. Fuller off the front wood. He wanted to go at the pins directly, and he missed.
You may want to turn around now.
Poulin, this would be a sweet slice. Too full in the 3.
I haven't heard pesky two pinners in a long time with you, Greg.
$9 for Fuller Jr.
All right, question wants to know, Brian Patton wants to know, the father wants to know, how'd you do, Alex? Confessions coming here, Brian.
Lost 10-4.
What was the final score?
It was like 545 to 523. So it was a good match all around for Riverwalk.
Time for
Had
an
a
update.
one-pin win.
Time for an update from Greg Gouillart. We'll get back to Alex in just a minute. Greg.
Sorry for the flickering there, folks, if you were sensitive to that.
The Academy paid the electric bill.
221 to 214. Yeah, I just don't want the epilepsy thing and all that, but 221 to 214. A lot of marks outstanding, though, so this could still go either way, even though Academy 3 has a momentary advantage. Woodside 7 fill on his. Chance for another. It's good, especially with the closer in 6. 3 marks in the half.
Scali's fill was 4 in his.
46 through 4. Can't get it to the head pin this time. Wood spinning around. Takes the 4. Score is correct as you see it now. I did confirm officially as well, so it was 7 pins going into this 5th box. Yanked it left. That's fine by him, I suppose. 9s are fine. 55 at the half.
Now, you pull at Riverwalk Lanes, Amesbury, Mass, Mark Ritchie, Melissa Ritchie's house. They do a great job teaching so many bowlers. A lot of credit to them, helping bowlers mentally in the game. How much do you help your game this year bowling there?
Honestly, I haven't asked them for too much help. Mostly if I'm doing something wrong, I'll be like, hey, can you watch me see what I'm doing? But I've done a lot of stuff myself since I came back to bowling 2 years ago. And that's what I'm trying to keep working on.
Rock disappointed by the fill, but a 2 fill brings him to a 62 half.
Well, if you need lessons, he's one of the guys to go to for sure, Mark Ritchie.
Oh, yeah.
Riverwalk Lanes, 11 High Street, Amesbury, Mass. Yeah, Woodside's another 11 drop ball. It's the second ball. I'll tease him anyway. He's giving me grief. Put a bucket anyway. You know, they hate when I say it sometimes, but they always give me, always look back at me to get
This is a tricky
the
third
one
ball
finger
for each.
sign.
Woodside's third ball's a good one. It's 8. It challenges Scali. Justin, 2 full on it. Well, it's a good third ball, but unfortunately, just the 1.
Ed says his career may be winding down this season potentially. Hopefully he comes back in a year or two. He's still good at a high level. Still a darn good bowler.
Yeah, 115 average for the year is very good in the Friday Night Pro League.
Brian Patton got some shirts to show. He's going to say General Patton again.
Nardone strike.
Trying to get back that second string magic after a 31-4 start here in the third.
He had been getting stronger. 5-7, 9-10. Now this. Susi only gets 3.
He had the 2 fingers up for the half west of the 2-8 and got the 4 to go also. We're in the final string of the match. Academy Lanes Pub 125, Haverhill, Mass. Week 31 of 35, the Friday Night Pro League Game of the Week on Candlepin Bowling Network.
Go ahead,
Greg.
There must be some catharsis in jutting out the 2 fingers, but I like visualizing positive outcomes, but that's just me.
So it looks like 3-4 matchup. Academy 2 Central 1 next Friday night, the Friday Night Pro League Game of the Week. 7:30 start, April 18th, 2025.
9 box, 50 half for Soucy.
Hit that subscribe button. It's free. Tell your friends. Tell your family. YouTube for life. I want Brian's omelet. You do takeout orders?
I'm not sure.
To Butwell's?
It's a long drive.
Nardone close, but the 5-pin denies him a double. Susi will get all 10 to drop.
He stole it from Mike.
And the ball gets away there, so we'll have to stick with a 9 fill. Chance goes by the wayside for Academy 3. He'll grab the 10 box.
And that is, what is that, Alex?
It's miss the second, make the third.
What do you call that?
Paul Grant special.
Never heard of him.
Who, Paul Grant or the special?
So you did a match with your father this year when I was away in Maine doing a state tournament. You did a good job.
Yeah,
You enjoy doing it?
always.
Grapham on a strike as well. His try on it. Didn't quite get over to the head pin. 4 horsemen in the 8 pin, excuse me. Rio spare fill. Got his head pin into the 6 pin. Didn't drop it. The fill is 9. Grapham just takes out 2. He's got a 7 fill. Rio, another plank. Seems like he's gotten quite a few of these with his powerful first ball. 54 and a ball at the half.
Lewis having a good third string, this 13th string of the day.
Will be disappointed to leave some sticks, but a 63 half.
We're at the halfway point of the final string of the match.
1 extra strike and 9 extra spares for Academy 1. Plus they've picked up 13 pins in the pinning alone. 90 pins up. Thought this would be a tighter match than this, but Academy 3 still the chance to get some points. Grapham still having a field day with these pins. He's got another spread eagle-ish split. Rio, he thought he had 2. He does not. He has 7. 61 half. Get spoiled with these guys, tell you what. Lewis thought the wood would come across. Rio, yes, 1-3-6 runs down. 3 in a row.
3-pointer.
Grapham's got the 10. One more look at this. Pretty much nice, easy 1-3-6.
I said bombs away, baby, twice, Jim. I only called the second string. Greg's outdoing me 2-1 tonight again. So I had no chance. I only did it twice.
But, Paul, you've got some work to do tomorrow, don't you?
I got the Butwells Classic 10 o'clock on YouTube on Canopy Network. And then I booked the ACST match late today. Newcomer Jake Myers take on number 1 seed Joe Moose D. Almeida. Class C Northern Conference. Fast flying Putnam Street Lanes in Fitchburg, Mass. Great ownership there. Great place to bowl. Those pins fly. 6 o'clock live on YouTube. That's actually, I'm sorry, that's on the ACST Facebook page. Later on YouTube on Canopy Bowling Network.
Lapierre looking to recover out of this. 9-pin. Wood dies in front of it. Only had that 4-fill. Aleci, 1-2-7-10. Good shot spare. That's a dandy.
Treetop the 10.
And I'll tell you what, for a man who does not have 400 out of the question by the by, that is a great shot.
That one didn't go for Lapierre. Unbelievable. 9 for him.
Take a look at this one again. The 1-2-7-10. Just dialed into the 1-2. That is perfect.
Greg and the kid in the candy store on the instant replay.
You got to see it. Aleci can pin out 368, by the way. He needs a lot, but he has time.
More important, they want that sweep and get into 7th place out of Academy 3, which would put them in 8th.
Okay, 3 open marks to none, so actually Academy 1 pretty much in front at this point. 5 is the spare fill. That's fine enough. Aleci would have to show another circus shot, as if Lapierre doesn't. He's made a sweet slice already once today, and he darn near got another.
I've cut him so many times the last few years. The guy is deadly. Not tonight so much, but he's made some clutch shot after clutch shot after clutch shot.
This time Aleci gets short pinned like a lot of the others tonight. Wood sits down in front of the 9-10.
And his son Benjamin practicing on lane 1, doing a great job, averaging mid-80s now.
One of my favorite moments of the Pro Series was when Scott Lapierre didn't get a date to the dance at the Mixed Worlds at 1-7-10 the year before this most recent one. He had Benjamin along with his partner, and that was fine. Obviously, they're disqualified at the doubles because it was a mixed doubles, but it was really cool to see.
And Ben has, look at the strangely, Ben has lane 1. Look at that one.
I can't see it, unfortunately. Oh, he's got.
Is that the 1-2-3?
He took out the 1-2-3. Goodness.
He's frustrated. He's taking a video of that one.
Oh, good. We'll get it on the social somehow.
All right, back to our match.
Nate Lees took out the 1-2 on our stream last week, if memory serves. 7 pins still for Poulin. Trying to blow it up. In there. Goodness. How does none of the 6, 8, and 10 get touched? Maybe by that wood. Fuller, just an increasing sense of dread here as he was oh so close again by a board. Poulin with 8. Fuller grabs the 10 there. His teammates encouraging him on. They know the importance of these sticks.
I want to give a shout to Scott Perry of Butwells Bowling Center Concord. She's hosting the Any Doubles tournament tomorrow to help support Candlepins for Cancer. Doing his first big tournament on his own. Great job, Scott Perry. Megan Harlow, his fiance, a good bowl in the women's 103 average, bowling the money match on Sunday against Faith Sawyer at 1 o'clock on YouTube on Candlepin Bowling Network. A few more dollars for Candlepins for Cancer in that mini money match. About $50 a match. One got 6, so they'll have 2 of the 3 matches now on Sunday at 1 o'clock. So thank you, Scott Perry, future ACST bowler. Bowling Chaser Bromchek, who's in Class E North this Sunday at 1 o'clock with Faith Sawyer and Megan Harlow.
Fuller, this one's going across the front of the 10 pin. Oh, so close.
I enjoy covering all the classes of bowlers. It's good to cover the A, B, C, D, E, and F bowlers. They all want to get their chance. They're all trying to get better, and it's an honor to cover them all.
So glad I finally got the chance most recently. 10 bucks for Fuller picks up another pin, so he's basically picked up 3 pins in the last 2. And look how close this is. Academy 1 really with those extra marks is ahead.
Brian Patton, the name of it, the Everything Omelet, the Poulin Grand Special. Laugh out loud. I love it.
And really, Fuller's not having a bad night at all. 110 and a 113. Really just 4 marks, but the pinning has been extraordinary. He has only left 8 pins standing in 20 open boxes. And that's why even though he's getting largely shut out, he still has a good score working. Pinning, people.
Pinning leads to winning. Hey, Chuck Grinnell, the Paul Davis, I Go Crazy chat again. I love it.
Actually, he has 6 marks. I beg your pardon. But still, the pinning. Scali, 110, yes. Wood bridged the gap nicely. 72 in a ball. Woodside close, but nothing seems to really just drive on through. Just the pins are so liable to just deflect the ball away even more than they usually do.
Okay, Greg, to make Jim Cardenas, how you say it on the stream, to make him happy, Greg, when someone throws a strike, I'm going to interrupt your play-by-play.
Fair enough.
All right, make Jim happy, okay?
But that just throws protocol out the window. Ridiculous.
Yeah, I know.
This is an outrage. Scali spare fill on the head pin. Well, it was explosive.
And a bombs away baby is not a slow motion strike like Casey McCool. Kaboom. Bombs don't go off slow motion. They're not time release bombs, Casey McCool.
Well, I mean the time release fuse and all that.
I always tease Casey about that.
Scali, front wood, yes, back-to-back marks. And again, the back-to-back marks from the captain. Maybe energizing his team again.
Pumps his fist.
As you were mentioning earlier, Paul.
When he's healthy, he's dangerous. Like the Candlepin against Royals and Sanford, the mixed ladder. He threw a 155, 156 to get in the top 5 and went to the finals.
Woodside aggressive try on that out there. Leaves the 3-4 standing for an 8.
9-pin lead for Academy 1 in the third final string. They have the match in hand. 6 points wrapped up. It's a question of 7 or 8 or 6.
So again, with 3 open marks to none, Academy 1 is again ahead by probably more in the 20s, even though you see the +9 on screen. Soucy's strike fill. 1, 2, 4, 9.
All right, Jim, are you listening on the stream still? Because there's a strike. I'm going to intro.
Nardone?
No, it wasn't a bomb. It was slow motion. Jim, that is not a bombs away baby. It was too slow.
Well, much to the boredom of Paul Grand, Mike Nardone decks 10. And Soucy, only Soucy gets a 6 fill.
I never call an exciting match. I am a robot. I am programmed. Strike on spare. Wow.
And he gets a 7 box. 73 through 7. So important strike there. Academy 1 still ahead and more the high teens than the 12 you see, but 2 open marks to 1. Nardone with a strike open now.
And not a thunderous strike, but it was a strike nonetheless.
Well, now he's just going to throw a better one. Is that 2 strikes and 3, by the way? Look at this mix. 1-3. Only in Millis. Nardone on the strike. 4 horsemen right side. So good chances for each here. Soucy on the 1-3. Outside, see ya. 3rd mark of the string. 83 in a ball. Nardone off the foul line, skipped it up, and it went around the 3-pin. 9 fill.
Jim, I have said bombs away baby on a spare a couple times this year, too, by the way. Jim Lazinski watching. Hello.
Here's a callback. Oh, off the cap. Goodness.
It's frightened the pin, but it won't fall.
9-pin. Pinning is pretty even within 2 right now.
4 is the lead for Academy 1. Past the halfway point of the final string of the match.
So Nardone marked in 7, Soucy marked in 8, and it's back to a significant Academy 1 lead with those 3 open marks now.
Folks, Mother's Day, Father's Day around the corner, not too far from now. Graduations, birthdays, anniversaries all year round. Think Candlepin Bowling, think Candlepin gift cards for any occasion all season long. Please support your local bowling centers. Invest in Candlepin Bowling, invest in Candlepin gift cards, the gift that keeps on giving all season long.
Rio, now this should be a 5 fill if my
Yes.
eyes don't deceive me.
Yes.
For his 3rd straight spare fill, 76 through 6. Grapham the half Worcester. Missed off target to the right. Louis Grapham had 3 marks in his first 4. Gets it to the 4-pin this time. 6 and 10 are both going to wilt the 1-2. Stay put. Just 2 more on the 3rd ball for Rio, so Grapham has a chance to grab 3 more pins on him. And he does. 83 through 7.
The lead is a touchdown for Academy 1. They missed the extra point. 6-pin lead.
Yeah, so Rio 5 fill and a 7 box really is 22 through the last 2. Not the sort of advantage you're hoping for from a spare, but still Academy 1 in front.
Jim says it can be a fall down baby. I like that one, Jim. Thank you. That's very good.
Grapham, that looked dialed in there, but unfortunately ended up full.
Any marks on the board, Greg, here?
Check mark right side.
2.
Scali and Soucy, the only ones on spares
2.
for the team in the turquoise green. Teal? No, I don't know. 6-10. I think it's teal. I have a friend who's colorblind against that very shade of teal, would you believe? 9 for Josh Riopelle. Grapham again grabs a pin. That's the 4th one he's gained in just that last visit. Hasn't lost a pin since box 5.
It's a handful of 5 for Academy 1. 2 marks to none in their favor as the 4th bowlers come up. Are they considered the cleanup bowlers in baseball? The 4th bowler is the cleanup bowler? The 5-man team is 4th the cleanup bowler still? Just wondering.
Obviously, the anchor bowler in 5 would be more prominent role, but Aleci and Lapierre, no slouches. They deserve that spot in the roster. Whirling Dervish takes out the 3-pin for Cory. Scott's got the 5 and 10, the nickel and dime. So now we're tightening up, perhaps. Good shot. Oh, my goodness, but the 8-pin was missed. Aleci has made those pins dance on that second ball, I tell you what. Small wonder he's had such a good score.
Nothing going right for Scott Lapierre tonight. So good of a bowler.
Gear turn didn't go where he wanted it to. Question of pins now. 9 for Aleci and 9 for Lapierre.
Feel free to chime in there, Alex, too, if you'd like.
I'm just watching the sport. Seeing what I can pick up.
It can be zen at times, you know? I mean, especially when we have these little lulls where the marks aren't really coming fast and furious, though. When we get back to the top of the order, we're going to have quite a few to fill up.
Oh, bombs away, baby! Strike! Wow! There you go. Jim, you happy now? I said it twice, so it's the first one you heard live.
Wakey, wakey, eggs and Patton bakey. 139 for Lapierre. And a big-time hammer by Cory Aleci,
Jim, you'll sleep well tonight now.
who's already 71 over. 1-3, see ya, 9-pin. That's gone for a spare. That's a crucial one for Lapierre amid the hijinks to negate that. That was detonated.
No Kalen Pincorna pins there left up.
Got to do the dialogue in slow motion, too. Bombs away, baby.
Bombs away, lay down, baby. He laid them all down for sure.
Down to Poulin and Fuller Jr. They got 2. They both have marks at exactly boxes 1 and 2 and none since.
It's like Curly and Brighto. That ought to pick you up and lay you down, too.
Fuller, I feel like he's seen this split before. Poulin takes out 3.
I love Brighto and the Three Stooges. Brighto?
3, 4, 6, 7.
Alex,
Across, nothing comes off the wall.
Alex, what are you talking about, Brighto? Three Stooges.
I don't know. I'm too young.
Classic.
Pin. The ball return is overflowing. It's getting into that zigzag piece. I think they've counted it out. You should have 4 balls each, folks.
Brighto comes in 3 delicious flavors, chocolate, vanilla, and raspberry. It's still
10
raspberry.
box. Now, that's interesting. Poulin just got a 5 box against Fuller's 10. Fuller has only lost 1 pin this string and 8 overall in the match. So again, the pinning is helping out Academy 1 here as they nurse this 3 spare advantage all told, including 3 open marks to 1.
Hey, Jim, you can tease me all you want. I can take it. All in good fun, of course.
Cory Smith has been waiting an eternity, but we finally see a setback here. The 5-6-10 with the useless plank in front. Maybe it's far forward enough for Fuller to leverage. His try. Off the cap of the wood. It is good.
And how about, what's his name in the stream? The Uke, saying boom.
Yep. And they just hanged Josh Riopelle, so to speak, the only one who didn't mark in that. That's why they're doing the gestures.
Josh, buy him around a beer or a chocolate milk. I'll take a chocolate milk.
They don't use the Compy score at Academy Lanes here in Haverhill anymore, but that icon would be popping up about now. 9 box and another check. 449 to 438, I thought that was. We'll confirm that in a second here. 4 extra spares for Academy 1, an extra strike and 14 extra spares for Academy in the match. So that's why the match margin is just lopsidedly theirs and likely to get the remaining 2 points for total. But what about this 3rd string? Scali's spare fill is 3.
Josh Rios, so give him all a glass of water. He's a little stingy with his money. I mean, he admits it.
Well, you like bowling for the budget accessibility.
He did get a lemon drop, said make sure you don't tell anybody else. So it's our little secret here, folks.
Until you join every raffle ever. It's our secret, folks.
He did pay $1 once this year.
You, the wide internet, and us. Tell nobody else.
The earthquake was 7.9 on the Richter scale. He paid the $1.
Scali, with all that torque in his delivery, gets an 8 out of it.
You know, Paul, when you cover my match in a couple weeks, I have a new shirt to show you.
Okay, good. The omelet roll off.
Nope, not the omelet roll off. Something special.
Okay, cool. Looking forward to it. Back to Greg.
4 pins out for Woodside. Scali takes out 7. He busted up that left side. It's try into the 4 pin. 1-2. Stares back. Ed Woodside appeared on the old Channel 50 Stars and Strikes show once upon a time.
And it's Oreo cookie time. Got the cream in the middle, left the wafers on the outside. Eat the good stuff.
10 out for Woodside. 107. 3-string total of 3-1-1.
If it's 4-1-1, it would be for your information.
Scali escapes for a 10 there. Much better than last week. 327. He'll be pleased with that, including 4 marks in that string. He'll be pleased with that. Just confirming my scores here, making sure I'm on the level here. Lewis Grapham is back at 92 through 8. I somehow keep overestimating
They have
him.
13 to lead on their official scoreboard. We're at 12
Now,
here.
now I've got it. I
Okay.
downgraded Grapham, and there we go.
All right.
To what the official scoreboard says.
No offense, Lewis. I'm not trying to downgrade you.
You have so much worth. I just have to take the pin. I'm sorry.
We devalue you by 1 pin.
Oof. Nardone doesn't deserve any demerit points for that bid on that, but unfortunately left a 5-9. Soucy's spare fill is 5. Lost the handle on the second ball. Having a good night, though. He can pin out 343.
Imagine Wheeler Yankovic getting a strike. You ain't nothing. You ain't nothing. Alex, like, what are you talking about? You know
Like I
Wheeler
said,
Yankovic?
Too young.
Oh,
I know the name, but
Hilarious.
Really?
don't forget, Paul, I'm only 24.
Only wish. You want to trade years?
Nope.
Thanks. Some guy you are.
Nardone's got his head pin, but the 6-7, and the wood's not really angled towards the 7.
You know, I think he's going to make this. I'm calling it.
Called shot, says Alex. 1-7 for Soucy.
I don't know how he's making it, but he's making it.
Everybody thinks I'm serious. I'm a goofball. I like to have fun.
Maybe if you send the wood wildly off the wall. Nardone's try off the wall. Here it comes. A cap violin bow across, and it darn near did.
He got the carry. Just couldn't get the push.
No Wily Coyote in that one.
Soucy headpins gets the 7. Clipped it on the way by Academy 1, a mark in the 10th.
Yeah, looking for the sweep.
Nardone didn't fall anyway. We don't have to debate that one. 9 bucks. Mike Nardone, 107 for 344.
Monty Python, I've come here for an argument. No, you haven't. Yes, I have. No, you haven't. Yes, I have. No, you haven't. Yes, I have.
108 in the ball for Soucy. Here's his last ball. Lost it to the left. Let's go home, baby. 109, 344.
Team razzing him. Because he's been 11 drop, Matt. Come on. He got the 4, the 6, win $5 for Campus for Cancer.
All right, so a 20-pin advantage. Lapierre, Aleci, and then Fuller Jr. as well. So Academy 1 has that extra mark, so really ahead by more. This Grapham's been 5 for 8 on the head pin. His try here. Got his head pin this time. Check mark right this time.
Who's the high score right now for Academy 1?
Academy 1, Cory Aleci. He doesn't technically need a double strike for 400 still. If he marks out, he could do it.
So we'll talk to him at the end of the match then, back here.
Most likely, yeah. Grapham's try. Just wide on the 3-pin. Rio, 127. Not quite on the head pin. A real set-down delivery by Rio, one of the more distinct in the game.
And right now, it's looking like a sweep, Greg. There's a path still for Academy 3, right? Miracle Zone yet?
There should... Oh, there's time. There's absolutely time, but I would say...
2 marks to 1, they're down also, and 21 pins down. It's about 27, 28, 29, give or take.
It would need to start being a real mark out now. Grapham has a chance for one now. It's the 6-10. Don't count him out just yet. Until Riopelle just drops 9 and has another plank, maybe. This time, oh, no. Wood's headed back. Grapham is playing traffic cop with his own wood. He's, I think, displeased with this wood in front of the 6-10. It seems too liable to deflect the ball away. Hello, Mr. Uke. Good to see you. Great to see you back in the game. And yes, it did. Too bad for Grapham. Rio will take the gravy train right in. 112 in a ball. 10 pin. 9 box for Grapham. 110 for a 3-string total of 309. 163 of you watching live right now. Thank you so much. Especially through the technical issues of the early going. Please do like that video if you haven't had a chance yet. It'll help people find it later.
Academy 2, Central 1, 3 versus 4 next Friday night, 7:30 live on YouTube on Candlepin Bowling Network. Hit subscribe, it's free.
Did you just broker that now?
I mentioned it earlier, too.
Oh, good. 520 to 494. Yes, 26 pins is the margin right now as Lapierre and Aleci get up on marks. Scott found his head pin. Yes, the 4, 3, 6, and 3 go all at once. Strike on spare. And I was wondering if there was any path. It seemed as though it would involve that. Scott Lapierre coming back online because he seems like he's been overdue for a lot of good fortune. Aleci has quite the quandary here as he still fills the strike on the 5, 6, 7, 9, 10 and really horizontal wood. Not completely horizontal. Left hip he tries. Goodness gracious. 6 pin into the 10.
Sorry, Greg. Scott's always a threat anytime during the match. Too good of a bowler.
8 fill now at 10 box. Cory Aleci 114 through 9. If he gets a 10 box here, he has 379.
How big is a double strike here from Scott?
You think it would have to be now. Can he do it? Found his head pin, but the 6 pin was rung around.
Ring around the rosy.
And was that Academy 3's last chance, even though it was just a question of Lapierre having no luck? He'll go after the 6 pin and clip it for a spare on strike now. 128 in a ball.
No quitting this guy.
Fuller Jr. has a mark open too, remember. Aleci misses the 7th and, well, it's a good bid at it, I should say. But no mark. Grabs a 9 box for a 378 series.
123 final string, 370?
378 for Aleci.
Very good. It's always one of the
Lapierre.
here.
Into the 2 pin, the fill is 5 for a 133, but 8 pins plus a ball for Academy 1.
Poulin needs 2 marks.
Puts a big expectation on Steve Poulin, like Paul just said. Greg Gouillart alongside Paul Grant and Alex Patton here on Candlepin Bowling Network.
Alex, thank you very much for stopping by.
Final 2 boxes. Academy 1 has at least 6 points. Poulin needs to basically convert this, you would think. Fuller to fill. On his head pin. 6 pin drops. Fill is 5.
13 pin lead.
Poulin has that right to left ball. Takes it into just the 3 pin. He narrowly misses his pocket.
Going to need a double now for sure.
Fuller, can he get this to go? Wood's coming to the 2 and it goes. Wow. Exclamation point at the end of Academy 1's night. Have another look as Poulin converts that for a 10 box.
And that means Academy 1, with their first sweep, first win this year over Academy 3, moves into 7th place by 1 point with 4 matches to go, and they could see each other in week 35 in position round.
Poulin's got 5.
That'll do it.
Fuller needs 4 to make it mathematical. That's plenty, and Academy 1 sweeps 8-0.
2 close strings, 2nd and 3rd.
Poulin deserved better than that, you would think.
Well, we talked to Candlepin Corner's Cory Aleci of Academy 1 after we get the official scores up.
I probably won't be able to spin the camera back this way. I could try, but we'll see.
I can go on the lane if you want to. Yeah, the mic.
No, that'd be tough. I'm sorry.
We'll do it back here on the side. We'll figure it out.
Yeah. Fuller gets the spare. 123 and a ball. Great finish there for Fuller Jr. 5-mark string. Poulin will take a 9 for a 101 and a 3-string series of 310. And we can put it on screen here with Fuller still with a ball to go. Huge result for Academy 1 as they pass Academy 3 in the standings and now take 7th place. Fuller Jr.'s spare fill is a 7, and it's 130 for a 3-string total of 353. So there you have it, folks. 30-pin win, 588 to 558. Fuller Jr. with that 130. Scott Lapierre with a 133. But just a great top-to-bottom effort by Academy 1 to seal this win. And if we take a look at the totals here, statistics in the match, 17 extra spares, 45 spares to 28 for Academy 1. 10 strikes apiece, incidentally. And the pinning was also 22 in favor of Academy 1 overall in the match. Cory Aleci with a 378 takes the high triple. I'll see if I can spin the camera back one way or another.
Yeah, Cory, get on the mic and spit some words, big boy. Huh? How about it?
This will be tricky, but,
Nobody needs to see my face. Don't worry.
well, too bad it's happening. See if it tilts down enough. And zoom out. And there we go.
Cory Aleci, congratulations. Another big night for you tonight. What a year you're having. Just another day at the office, 378. 8-0 sweep, first time beating him this year. Now you're in 7th place by 1 point.
Yeah, it was a big night. Not just for me, though. It was everybody kind of clicked at the right time. That second game we were down, and Scali got it started with spare strike to finish. Then Rio went up and threw a couple marks, and I just kind of followed suit, and we took a close one. Those ones are that on the rough stretch we had, we lost a lot of those pretty handily. So it spun total around because they were starting to chip away and ended up with an 8-0 sweep.
The injuries hurt you early in the year with Justin being hurt, coming back, starting to get going now. Clutch the second and third down the stretch. Matt Soucy obviously had a tough year or so. He's starting to get healthy again, it seems like. You guys are primed, it seems like, for a run maybe in the playoffs.
That's what we're hoping for. I just got to worry about getting in first. We get Lafayette and Riverwalk both on our heels, so we got to make sure we finish out the season strong and get in the playoffs. And then we just go and have a day because a couple of these bowlers on our team are pretty familiar with the Riverwalk lanes.
Okay, talk about Candlepin Corner. What's going on with Leader Lanes and Candlepin Corner and Skins?
Yeah, so we're looking to potentially do a last taping before they have to close their current location doors. Again, hoping that they find another spot. If anybody's resilient enough, it's that group over at Leader to find a new location and open a new center. And then we'll just kind of see what the future holds for us. Cause,
is there plans for an alternate location if not?
Not yet. We'll wait, and the summer's about to get here. Busy summer, so we'll kind of let the summer happen, regroup, see what's going on, and go from there.
So before I let you go, I got to tease you. When are we going to have the very occasional podcast?
The ACST, we used to do the ACST brackets and all that stuff, but now there's so many divisions. We'd have 3 hours of podcast just talking about the matchups in there. Yeah, 6 divisions now. The E and the F are a little bit smaller on the side, but still, it's a good amount of time talking about just playoff predictions in there. Who knows? Well, maybe I can rope Jordan to another one before playoffs start for the Friday Pro, and maybe we'll get some ACST coverage in there.
And you're one of the treasurers also.
Yes, Class B treasurer for this year. Paul Atkinson, who did it for a while, he left the league and wanted to kind of just have a year off, so I was happy to jump in, and it's been working out.
Before you go, a 3-letter word for sweeping Academy 3 and now the number 7 seed.
Wow.
All right, there you have it. Greg Gouillart to
Thanks,
wrap it up. Thanks, Candlepin Corners, Cory Aleci. Free to subscribe on YouTube like Candlepin Bowling Network. Greg.
This guy allegedly was Class B once upon a time, but with that 126 average performance, fantastic, and spearheading Academy 1 to an 8-0 victory. I don't feel like getting on camera here. I guess I'll enjoy that garlic cheesy bread you see on screen later. But anyway, my name is Greg Gouillart. Thank you very much for watching this presentation of the Friday Night Pro League here on Candlepin Bowling Network. And until next time, so long.